It is dark. All around you, you hear the sound of the scraping of steel against breastplate. That cracking like an egg as swords pierce metal to find the flesh underneath. All around you is the smell of iron. It's not iron, it's blood. The once vibrant green grassland has been reduced to nothing but slick, deep red mud everywhere. You are surrounded by chaos, carnage, death everywhere. As you heft your enormous two-handed black greatsword onto your shoulder, all you see in the dark of the night is your own breath, creating clouds of steam around you. Here and there you see explosions of red many feet off. You look around, ripping off your helm for a second to see more clearly, looking for another enemy nearby. One runs at you with a spear. You, massive rippling muscles in your arms, covered by your famous black dragon armor, now slick with blood. You heft around the mighty Mornblade and decapitate the fool coming towards you. Again and again you turn. The pile of bodies you have to start to stand upon to continue to fight, growing and growing. Around you it is carnage. You have been fighting all day. Your breath comes heavy to you. Challenges to you become fewer and fewer, and the sounds of battle start to fade. Darkness has fallen, and you have battled long into the night. A mist expands from around about 20-30 feet out, such that all you see are almost ghost-like shapes of battle. Flashes here and there of silver and black, of blood, of screams. And yet still you stand. The souls of those slain course into your body, filling you with ever more strength. As you continue to find the next enemy, you stagger down from the pile of bodies. Your slain enemies. You stagger down. Heft your helmet, looking like some kind of weird, macabre ribcage, onto your head. But no enemies come. They're all outside the perimeter. No enemies will take you. You hear yourself shout something. Who will take me? Is there not one upon thee? Not one amongst thee? The sounds of battle recede. And you sense something powerful and dead approaching. The fog creates something like a shroud, otherworldly in nature. The fog seems to create illusion as if you were in some other plane, but you know you are not. You know that you are right here. Suddenly, through the fog comes a great leg, completely encased in dark, blacker than black plate mail, and an arm comes through. Mighty beyond even your great scale, This thing stands some 8-9 feet tall as it comes through. Cloaked and armoured, it walks through the fog. You know now, the battle hasn't receded. Simply, the enemies are steering clear of whatever great conflict this is. Through, full plate helmet, blackened, goes into a kind of thorny crown of black metal, comes this enormous humanoid with a wicked mace in its hand. The Soul Stealer. Takes a few steps forward. Finally we meet. What do you say?
Is thou the one to face me after this long battle? I will take you down.
Then come. Roll initiative, please.
Oh,
Oh no! I got a 1, which is 4.
that's all the campaigners.
With your great two-handed sword, the one that has stolen so much, you hear a slight whimper escape from the sword, like a metallic dog's whining. As this creature comes forward suddenly, hefts its mace and attacks you. Your armor class for the sakes of this battle is 22.
Dang!
But that's a 24 to hit. As the mace slams into you. The searing pain as this wickedly, necrotically enchanted mace slams into you. You feel it numb one whole side of your body. Your black dragon scale armor protects you for a moment. It's your turn. You may add a +12 to your roll.
Yeah.
Wielding Mournblade.
25.
You counter the mace strike, even though one of your arms is weakened. The strength of the souls from Mournblade empower your arm. You undead! As you slice up into it. But Mournblade responds to the living. It does not respond so well to the dead. And so as it hits, as it screeches across the armour, and at the same time Mournblade whines with it, you see burning red eyes of some infinity of pain and nothingness burnt looking back down into you as this huge dead creature grabs the blade of Mournblade and from your numbed arm already wrenches it from your grasp and then batters into you. 17, an 18 and a 12, all three are hits as he smashes you with this chilling mace. You feel plates of your dragon plate mail falling off. Should not be. This enchanted ancient armour starts to fall off, revealing the black leather underneath itself, sturdy and hardy, but no match against the mace. The great creature, after 3 withering hits against you, looks deep into your eyes. Die, Maximilian. And with that, smashes you once. Your whole side of your body's gone numb at this point. Smashes you again. You go flying some 20 feet away, landing in the mud, scraping into the mud. More dragon plates fall away at these unholy at these unholy hits. You hear massive heavy footsteps coming towards you, sliding in the mud, going deep 6 inches or more into the mud each time. You're half buried. The one arm, which arm is it, by the way, for
left arm.
your left arm, your numbed left arm, he comes and stands on. You feel necrotic energy seep further into it as he leans down to your well-muscled arm with still several dragon scale plates attached. And in an effort to try and wrench you up, instead rips your arm out. A spray of blood comes up against the black armour of this huge, you know it now, Death Knight. Looks down at you and just starts to stomp. You feel no pain anymore. The cold necrotic energy seeping into you. All you feel is your head going further and further into the mud until you struggle to breathe, bubbles coming out of the mud. More, he stamps you in. And in your remaining moments, some words leave your mouth. What do you think those words, utterances, maybe a prayer, what do you think that they would be as you are more and more? Does your character say anything? Does Maximilian...
I don't know.
Blood coming out as you are stamped further and further into the mud.
I don't know what he would say.
And with that, the mud starts to come in and choke you as you are stamped further and further down until it encompasses you and you know nothing but blackness. Cold, cold blackness. And with a mouth that no longer works, with lungs that can no longer utter, your thought goes out to your sword, your blade, that so often you had fought with. Something of a prayer, if you can call it that, goes out before, for you, the world goes black.
End the campaign.
TBK. Not expecting that.
The Shroom Court is some 3-day jaunt for you. You know, on any other occasion, as you wander through this well-tended portion of the forest, you would be happy taking in the surroundings, probably hand in hand with your beloved, your wife. As you often make this journey down, as pioneers you live on the very edges of the greater settlements. But this 3-day journey is one that you enjoy yourself, that you and your wife enjoy regularly. All around you, the beautiful soaring stalks of the fungi, the ground-dwelling puffballs of giant scale. Sometimes you'll prod to and then run away giggling to try and escape the spore cloud. These are the kind of silly, carefree games that you get up to. You're 2 days into the journey, and this time it's alone. Now, you've made this journey before alone, but this time your heart is heavy. Rowan makes this journey in the hopes of petitioning the Shroom Council for aid, for help. For some sickness is upon your wife. And even she, as a great healer, doesn't know enough to help herself. And for many days now, many 10 days in fact, you've been getting ever more restless, even verging on angry at times, powerless. You little understand the ways of herbalism, healing, like she does. And she is the last person you ever expected to become afflicted by anything. Everyone in your little settlement can rely on, what's her name?
Sonnet.
Sonnet. Everyone can rely on Sonnet to mix up a poultice, a mixture, even a tea that will set any fever on its fast exit. But 2 days have passed where the decline of Sonnet has not just been a worry, it is now a grave concern of yours. She'd implored you just to wait it out. Wait and see. It'll be fine. The number of times she thought creating good berries might be enough to shift whatever this illness is, but to no avail. And so in your stubbornness, you left her to go and get help. So today you don't notice the stalks of the giant mushrooms around you. You don't notice the dance and interplay of some nearby sprites around a small glade of snowdrops and forget-me-nots. You miss all of that as you march, looking to make time. Through the night you walk, stopping near a small patch of moss to meditate, to be still, to find some semblance of calm such that you might be able to rest before heading off just a few hours later. You walk through the night with the sounds of the chirping insects and the other critters that are in this thick part of the forest, and just walk and walk, going over in your head what you will say to petition, to try and implore for some help from the Shroom Council, the lords and ladies of Fairy that may be able to offer some maybe divine or arcane aid to you. Through another day you march, and another night. At this point, if I ask you to make any rolls whatsoever, you'll be making it with a -2.
Okay.
Exhausted as you are.
Okay.
And through this night, you don't stop. I'll sleep when I have some help, has been your thoughts. Sleep when I get some help. As you walk along, anyone looking at you from afar would see an apricot-skinned, pointy-eared, exaggeratedly pointy-eared Eladrin with a great fungi cap on the top of her head. White, creamy grey ribbed underneath, red with white spots on top, extending like some huge hat, but actually a part of you, part of your being. In fact, one of the ways that you find rest is often to curl yourself up and put your head down amongst the small copse of mushroom and to blend in such a way. But tonight you cannot. You walk and you walk. And as with most nights, the chill air of this time of the year, even though it affords stunning sunsets, brings with it a cold that even your skin feels. Moisture gathers on the ribs underneath your head. You wipe it off as it drips down in front of you. As you walk through the night, you hear the sound of your boots swaying, swishing through the grasses, and you hear the sound of the birds and the insects and other noises as you see the great lunar discs of Lunatari and of Nuatari. Hang on, I might have got my own two great moons up there that are visible, shining down. But through the trees there is a condensation mist that clings to everything. I'd like you, first roll of the game, with a -2 penalty to whatever your existing modifier is, to roll a survival check, please.
Okay. Okay. Alright, that's 6.
6.
Yeah.
You continue to walk, you know the way, you've walked it so many times before, or so you think. But few times have you walked at night, and few times have you walked with such reduced visibility. Hours pass, and the night doesn't seem to let up. And as you march through the forest, across a few brooks, to your left, you welcome the rising sun. Only it doesn't rise with the usual deep corals and burning pinks. Instead, an almost cold yellow hits your eyes through the trees. You've got another night without rest. Every roll I ask you to make here will be made with -3
Okay.
to whatever existing modifier.
Okay.
Where did this greyness come from? Why is everything so dull and dark, slick and lacking in any vibrance? You're not sure. And you don't really care at this stage. You just want to get to the Shroom Court, to the Shroom Council, to beg, to petition, to bribe if necessary for some help. You've bought what little gold you have. How much is it?
8.
8 gold pieces. I'll leave it for you to decide what appearance those would take from the Feywild.
Yeah.
Perhaps they would resemble some kind of mushroom.
Yeah.
You walk further. I'd like you to make another survival check, please.
-3, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. 15.
15. You feel like you're headed south, which, by your reckoning, should bring you. And you are looking out for, as the forest starts to dwindle, you're looking out for the giant stalks of the shroom court, usually visible from many miles away. Instead, all you see is a dwindling forest and an expansive, cold, grey-beige grasslands. It's south, but you don't recall. You don't recall this part of your journey. Unless you were always mucking about too much to pay attention to it. This doesn't seem that familiar to you. You continue to walk. The forest is light. Every 10, 20 feet there is a silvery, thin birch tree. But you notice no real life clinging to it. Not much in the way of leaves. Ah! Here and there, a crow perched high up eyes you up and then flies off. Do you continue to walk?
Yeah.
Okay. All you could think of is Sonnet and getting her well. Do you, for even a moment, turn back and consider the route you've come from?
I'll glance back momentarily, but I'm quite
In
determined.
the distance you see the forest that you're pretty sure you've just come from. Maybe you took a wrong turn. So you continue to glance what horizon you can see through the smattering of trees in hopes that at any moment you'll see the tall stalks of the giant ink caps that mark the tallest towers of the court. It's this damn fog that extends about 50 feet out, 100 feet out. You can see the hazy glow of the sun as it rises into the sky, passes the zenith as you continue to walk. A little way off, you see patches of shrubs that are familiar to you, but they look as if all colour has been washed from them. All glamour has been taken from them. So you see furze bushes with their spikes, you see various shrubbery. Everything is damp, moist, cold, chilly. What do you have in the way of attire?
Oh well, usually I just wear a kind of a bare arms tank top kind of thing, but I have my gossamer shawl that I will pull over my shoulders. It's got moss on it.
Yeah, you pull your mossy gossamer shawl around you. It offers little in the way of much warmth, but it does offer some comfort for you as you walk through. If somebody were looking at you from afar as you walked, what would they see?
I'd see a rather tall humanoid, massive. I think the most notable is the massive mushroom atop the head of shoulder length, aubany brown hair. Little mushrooms and little just fungi growing off the shoulders and at random places. And if the arms are bare, tattoos that are kind of like rings around the arm.
What kind of weaponry do you carry, if any?
I carry a crossbow, probably at my hip. It's a hand crossbow, so I assume it's quite small. And that's it. And I've got my little bolt, little satchel bolts.
That's all in terms of weaponry?
Yeah. Why do I only have that? Yeah. And apricot skin, as already mentioned. And a face a big. Well, it depends how close you are, but if you were to approach closer, you'd see a big sigil in the middle of the forehead.
The moorland that you start to walk into, you leave forest, and in your tiredness, walking along, even yawning from time to time, you start to stumble over some of the bracken, the heathland. Trees are still here, but they are sparse. Every few dozen feet, there'll be a lone, low to the ground, thorny tree of some sort. You imagine that perhaps in the springtime it might blossom into something, but for now these rather mean-looking trees cling to the earth and the surrounding bushes near their trunk. The day wears on. The mist clears somewhat to about 200-300 feet visibility. And you begin to get a little bit anxious. I'd like another survival check, please. Again with -3 to whatever your existing modifiers are.
That is 12.
12. You've trapped the sun, and as this day comes to an end, you must have gotten 20 miles past. Easily, surely. You are tall, you stride proudly and strong, and even though you're tired, you make good ground. 20, 24 miles, you would bet, looking back, the forest you come from is far on a horizon that you can't even see. But as the sun enters the mist, as it sets, a sickly yellowy orange light beams through, creating long diffuse shadows all around. And suddenly these mean trees and furze bushes all around you of this moorland, the rising undulation of the land as it extends, small little mossy bogs with muddy, sometimes bubbling little bogs, and slight higher ground of patchy grasses. You try and stick to the drier aspects of this moorland as you continue, but the hazy shadows all around start to give an eerie feeling to everything around you. The insects come out and seem to flock to the vibrant, juicy source of sustenance around you. So as you stumble on, do you continue to walk in the night, or would you like to look for somewhere to stop?
I think maybe it would be wise to look for somewhere to stop.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Wait. 16.
You see a collection of these little sulking trees, maybe some 100 yards ahead, with something of a ring of thorny bushes around it. You figure you might be able to hunker down into that, and so you do. Going over, you kind of get into your normal sort of under your haunches, put down so that your head looks like a mighty mushroom sprouting up at the base of these trees. You sit there, you shiver, and you try to find your centre such that you might rest. What are you thinking of as you try to find your calm?
My wife. Peaceful times with my wife.
Sit there. You try to remember her before she got sick. Try to remember those times you laughing, playing, loving each other. As you settle down, what image perhaps comes to you as you daydream?
Probably just the laughing face of my wife.
You see her laughing And you hear her laughing in your mind. So you find your core, you find your calm, you find your still. Her laughing turns in the dream though. It turns into and you're jolted awake in the dark of the night. The mist all around. An eerie light. Something nearby. Perhaps it was just a fox, sounding like some tortured child, screeching. But then you hear another sound. Yes, it smells as good. Smelling good. What do you do? At the moment, the hunkered down as you are, your visibility is almost zero with your head tilted.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'll raise my head really slowly.
You raise your head to look around the view of the darkened, almost black moorland. Look around. Roll a perception check for me.
Still with -3.
Yes.
Okay. 15.
15. You look around. Your fighter's instinct honed. Your hand drifting to your crossbow. You see nothing. Nothing. And then off over to your right, you see it. Something ambles through the moorland.
No.
It is a dark, sinewy, large, lumbering creature of some type. It gets up on some 5-6 foot long, sinewy, gangly legs and stretches to sniff. You see the silhouette of lank, straggly hair hanging down. Where is it? It's some 50 feet away. Would you like to do anything?
Okay, I'm gonna move really quietly. And first of all, I'm gonna try and back away.
Move away from
Yeah.
it. Give me a stealth check, please. Bear in mind, the weather is on your side. It is very misty.
6.
6. You have half cover at the moment with the bushes and the trees, and you only because at that moment that you move, the nearby fox again offers its screech that you see the thing goes and ambles off slightly in that way before you.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna just like make a run for it.
Make a break.
Yeah.
Okay, you.
Yeah.
And you start running. You run. Seconds pass. Turn into minutes. Your fine, athletic, honed body able to get ground. How tall is?
I'm
Rowan?
5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
Your long stride. Obviously, you don't know the terrain, so you stumble a few times. At one point, you almost go down into a bog and manage to just like traverse around the edge of the bog.
Yeah.
You run. You do not get any long rest this night either, as you run and run. Many times behind you, you hear the sound of fast-moving creatures lurching nearby, but you run, and you run, and you get ground, and you continue to run. Minutes turn into an hour, turn into 2 hours, 3 hours, and you run through the moorlands. The moorlands become marsh, and it is just before dawn. Looking over your shoulder, you see off far in the horizon, the mist now almost cleared, certain figures and moving creatures. You're not sure whether they're in pursuit or not, but ahead of you, you hear a sound. the sound of running water. And as you run through the night, exhausted now, -4 is your penalty now. You have gone 4 nights without any rest whatsoever. And as you run, you're on breath, creating clouds of steam in front of you. You notice ahead of you, for the first time since you left your settlement, a structure built. A large stone bridge is directly in front of you, and at the ends of it there are some old lanterns burning low on oil that just slightly on either of the 2 partitions sides of the bridge. It is stone, it is strong, and as the light starts to break the horizon, what do?
Oh, go across the bridge.
You continue. Your footsteps go from as you, even you, not a scholar particularly or a historian, but you recognize the ancient nature of this bridge. These stones are worn from hundreds, centuries of use. But you pay little attention to that as you, it's a bridge. A bridge means hopefully some civilization nearby. As you run across this fast flowing river beneath you, and you, the other end, your feet hit marsh again. You look behind you, quickly grasping a look. The rising sun, this sickly yellow, does illuminate far off in the distance, more than 500 yards, a few lumbering silhouettes. You continue to run. All right, you peg it into this marshy ground. Your feet now splash, 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 splash. And again, you notice the lowlands that you're going into now, the decrease in the elevation of the land, and the thick mist that clings to the ground. As you, an observer from behind would see a sprinting, athletic figure literally disappear into the mist.
Oh,
of the marsh as you run into. At some point, you have to stop. And so the mist almost offers a kind of safety. At least nobody can see you as you stop, putting your hands on your legs to try and control your breathing, instinctively ducking down to try and appear part of the surrounding flora and fauna. You do not look anything like the surrounding flora and fauna. You notice that you are up to your ankles in water and grasses, bog and marsh is all around. So you look. For the rest of the day, you wander, you walk, you stagger, looking for anywhere, somewhere to rest. Nothing comes. The sun hazily makes its way across the sky, and another day is close to ending. You are aware there is a stillness and a heaviness. And some kind of noise. You feel squeezed, but not such that when one feels squeezed from being hugged, for example, or crushed by some creature. You feel squeezed everywhere, all around you. And it's then that you begin to notice that you can't move, even if you wanted to. You can't move. Your eyes see only that which is right up against it, which is this thick, completely black clay, because obviously there is no light. You are completely encased. Yet you do not breathe. It's then that you notice that your entire tubes are filled with this clay. Yet you live. Your right hand is touching something. And then you are aware it is your secondary weapon. Your familiar rapier. Secondary weapon? And that very thought disappears. Like a quick burning cloud on a sunny day. And then all you know is that you are holding a sword. Two words are now all that you know. Maverick, Maximilian. And nothing else do you know. The sound that you can hear increases, such that if you'll bear with me a second. You hear another sound. It comes in low and rumbling to begin with, but then increases. Something touches your skin, and it is cold, it is icy, it's like sliver, it's almost like it cuts you. And it comes down your cheek, touches your mouth, and you realise it is water. And then more rivulets of it start to run down your face. And for the first time, you find that you are able to move. And it is weird. Who am I? Why am I lying in this thick, all-encasing clay? What do you do?
Can I turn my head to where the water is coming from?
You start to turn your head and you are still fully encased. But you can feel, what is that water? Rain. Rain, it's raining. That word comes to you. Or it would if your esophagus and tubes weren't filled with clay. So as the moments passed, you're just aware of this almost hypnotic sound, distant sound of thunder. It is completely black. Your world is completely black, except for that sound and feeling completely encased. What do you do?
I'm just gonna allow the rain to do its job, I guess. I don't...
Yeah, the distant sound of thunder. Thunder, that's it. Comes into your mind. You're not sure how much time has elapsed, but the water starts to come through now, and it almost cleanses you. It's cooling. It washes away. After some time you find that you have increased mobility, that whatever was on top of you doesn't feel as heavy anymore. What do you do?
Can I try to move again?
You do, and this time you manage to kind of shift your whole body around. There is a sucking sound as the clay, now made liquid, kind of gulps and, makes weird vacuumy sounds as it rips apart. As you manage to bring your right arm around, still clutching your sword. Oh, why will my left arm not work? But you look down and you still cannot see much, but someone from afar would see the ground slowly moving and undulating, and from it, a white arm, clad in, maybe you'd like to describe what somebody would see emerging from the ground.
Very, very tattered leather with very stringy and silky leather armor and white skin. Have I fully emerged from the ground yet? How far am I?
Another hour passes. The rain starts to wash more and more this clay from you, such that you can emerge. White arm, tattered leathers on it. What do we see?
Am I wearing my helmet or mask?
Your helmet is not on you.
Okay, well I've got very straggly, very clayey black hair and sunken dark eyes and very white skin. Very.
As you there is no intake of breath. As you
Oh.
you start to extract the old clay that has sat within your orifice for longer than you would care to know at this stage. As the rain washes you, washes your gaunt skin, washes your eyes, washes your hair. You look up breathlessly, eyes opening for the first time in who knows how long. Other more learned scholars might later remark on the preserving properties of clay. But here and now, you take your time in extracting yourself from the 2 feet or so of clay, 2 or 3 feet of depth that you were buried for a long, long time. This type of storm comes rarely to the lands that you know not anymore. But it is a torrential downpour. The rain, instead of droplets, looks like thin white rods falling from the sky, and it washes you cleansed quickly. What do you do?
Can I stand up?
Yeah, you stand. You look down at your emaciated, thin body. What do we see where your left arm is?
Skeletal and held together by like old very thin muscles and like little like stringy
Like sinews.
yeah.
Ew.
Make sure to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. You look down at your left arm and it looks inhuman somehow. Seems weird, it seems wrong. Do you have skin over it?
Maybe in some places, but not all.
But you move it, and it responds. Here and there are tattered grey, black bandages, or some such material. Leather thongs. Your right hand seems, an arm seems more normal, but ever so thin. Maverick, Maximilian. You say it out into the rain, and the sound does not travel. Nearby, in the shallow grave that you've just extracted yourself from, you see the outline of a helmet that seems so familiar to you. What does it look like?
It's like a a black bony rib cage that wraps around the head, and it's got like bony like pieces all over it, and like tattered leather all over it as well.
Ew.
Disgusting.
You collect up what few possessions you find in the pit that you've just emerged from. Do you feel anything at this point? Emotionally, I mean?
Confusion. I think that's. I just don't know why I'm here and where I am.
All around you, it is black. There is very little in the way of ambient light. Do you have dark vision?
I don't think so. No.
It is dark. The ground is wet, obviously, and marshy and muddy. And you realise, well, make a survival check, please.
14.
That you are standing on some kind of natural rise in the ground. Some kind of natural rise. And as you look off the 20-30 feet that you can see, barely, you see that the ground declines around you into wet puddles, large wet puddles. Here and there is scraggy, grey, blackened grass, and those shrubs that can grow easily within clay soil, but not much else. Give me a perception check, please.
9.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'll put my helmet on
Okay.
and get out all the mud that's stuck to it.
You take a while using the rain that does a great job of removing most of this, and your own hands to remove most of the mud, such that even though you are utterly soaked, you are cleaned of the embalming clay.
And I'll get it off my rapier and I'll put it in. Do I have a holster still?
Yeah, you find a holster there.
And I'll just pick a direction and begin walking in it.
Okay. You begin walking, trudging through the wet clay. Your blackened leather boots quickly waterlogging around your toes. Do you have any memories? Does anything occur to you as you walk?
I don't know. I might remember like a few flashes, random moments, but I don't know if I'd be able to make sense of any of them.
Okay. So, let me just... As you begin to walk, I'd like you to make a perception check again, please.
18.
Okay. That will come in useful in a little while. Bear with me a sec. As you walk, roll a d6, please.
5.
What is it that your character might have enjoyed doing, do you think, that now you wouldn't even consider?
Fighting in fighting rings.
Okay. You get a flash of memory as you walk. It is so momentary, you can't decode whether it's a memory or the flash of lightning simply brings a vision to you, but the nearby, the thunder and the lightning above you, like a flash of lightning, a sudden vision comes to you. Is it you or is it somebody else you see? Do you see a great warrior laughing and for a moment, and then it's gone as you walk? An observer from a distance would see quite a terrifying sight. Straggly, once beautiful brocaded cloak hanging from your shoulders over tattered black leather. Most people seeing such a sight would probably run in fear, screaming wraith or spectre, something worse. As this, so you're quite tall. As this tall, white-skinned, lean creature staggers through the rain and the marsh.
Six foot one.
Still taller than me.
Nearby, you continue to walk through the rain. What was that last perception check?
18.
Nice. You realise you're not walking alone. And I'm just going to check this to make sure that you don't have dark vision, because
I feel like you do.
It's quite important to know whether you do or not. No, unless you do not need to eat, drink or breathe. Yes, no, you don't have dark vision. But in the dark, you
I have
hear
dark vision.
similar footsteps, slow walking. What do you do, if anything? You can hear it, but because it is black and it is stormy, you cannot see beyond dimly 5-10 feet in front of you.
I'm gonna stop walking to see if it's my footsteps echoing off something.
Yeah, you stop. They continue.
I'm gonna crouch down low and get low to the ground
Crouch down.
and just watch the area for
Okay.
whatever it is.
You crouch down, you listen, you hear footsteps. They go out of range.
I'm gonna.
Over to your right, maybe 20 feet away, you hear it as well. I'd say with the lowness of the flatness of the terrain and the slight contrast between the terrain and the sky, you see the silhouette. Make a perception check.
11.
And a stealth check if you are crouching and attempting to be quiet.
4.
4, okay. Like this. And you see the silhouette of a humanoid figure walking past you. Seemingly almost walking like a soldier would, just past you, 20 feet away.
I'm gonna take my 1 silver piece and I'm just gonna throw it in their direction.
Okay. You throw it. Make a attack roll.
Is there a modifier to this?
Yeah, use dexterity.
5.
5?
Yes.
Okay. And it just hits them on the thing. Right. And it turns and starts to walk in your general direction. And then it stops when it gets within about 10 feet. And it goes almost as if it hears something. And then goes and turns back and trudges in the way that it was headed.
I'm gonna follow it.
You follow it. Okay, you get up, start trudging after it.
The Joker of Rise of the Fog.
Rowan,
Yes.
at some point in this night, exhausted, tearful, it starts to rain.
Great. I'm gonna grow more mushrooms.
You begin to get absolutely soaked
Oh.
by this heavy rain. Do you continue to walk?
Oh, no, I'm gonna crouch down.
Okay, you crouch down. Your head offering some
Umbrella.
umbrella, natural umbrella, although the hardness of the rain hitting the top
Yeah.
is somewhat torturous. And all around the rim of your cap,
Yeah.
the rain comes off in heavy rivulets as you sit there, shivering, cold, exhausted.
I wanna try and do the rest thingy.
You try and rest.
I can do a long rest and a short rest time.
You can.
Yeah.
But you absolutely can't get a long rest in this terrain, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Huddling in ankle deep water. It becomes dark. And the landscape turns to shades of grey to your dark vision. Do you just stay huddled there?
Yeah.
You stay huddled. 2 hours passes. What's your perception?
My perception is +2. What do you mean passive perception?
Yeah.
How'd you find that out? 10 plus your Pellegrino?
Passive perception is-
modifier.
Passive perception?
Yeah.
It's your perception modifier plus 10.
Okay, 12.
So your perception skill. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have proficiency.
Okay. You sit there, huddled. Where am I? This is not the Great Forest. This is not there. And you're clearly lost. And as you sit there scanning the horizon as darkness comes, as the sky goes blacker and blacker, the mist all but evaporates, but all you see is these stir rods of rain splashing into the marsh. 2 hours passes before you notice something, before you see something. Roll perception, please.
Do I still... I have -4 now, don't I?
Go ahead.
Hang on, that is 12.
You see and hear something. There isn't much of a wind, there is a slight breeze, but something on that breeze, you can't tell which direction with that roll, but you hear something on the breeze. It is so distant, you think you imagined it. Maybe you did. But you hear a kind of deep voice, like a chanting. It's so distant, and it's there, and then you miss it. You can't hear it anymore. And ahead of you, you see a silhouette come out of the darkness. It's a figure, walking. Just walking. It's silhouetted, so you cannot make it out, but it walks towards you.
Does it look like it's seen me?
You don't know. With a 12, you are crouched and still.
Yeah. I'll
You
just
can
think.
roll a stealth check,
Yeah.
please. Don't worry about it. Roll this with advantage,
Okay.
but -4.
Okay. 9 -5.
Okay. Well, there is nothing for you to particularly hide behind or amongst,
Just
so
a
you stick out, but it's quite possible that something could perceive you to be nothing more than terrain. This figure, this silhouette, gets within 100 feet. Gets within 60 feet.
Have my hand on my crossbow.
It's not walking directly towards you, but it is walking in your direction.
Can I see anything clearer now?
Not yet.
Okay.
60 feet becomes 40 feet, becomes 30 feet.
Okay, that's not a good sound. Yeah, I'm gonna.
It doesn't seem to have noticed.
Oh really?
you.
Okay, I'll
It
stay.
just walked. You see
God, my
this humanoid creature, teeth exposed, no nose, just a gaping, upside down heart-shaped hole. One eye hangs out and just bounces on its cheek as it walks. The other one an empty socket as it just...
Oh no, that ain't.
Ragged hunks of skin hang off as this dead thing walks past you some 15 feet. Just walks past you. And just walks past.
Okay. I'll stay crouched down for a while.
Okay, a minute passes. And more silhouettes
Oh!
emerge
Shit. Okay, I'll
from
stay
the
crouched like
rain.
that.
You stay still?
Yeah.
Okay. More and more of these silhouettes come out of the rain.
I'll wrap my shawl because it's covered in moss.
Okay,
I'm
you
trying
wrap
to
your
look like the
shawl.
environment.
Okay. Some walk within 20 feet of you, some 30 feet, some shamble right past you. And as this continues on, minutes pass, and one after another, after another, after another of these horde of these walking dead creatures just hunker past you. You continue to follow the one that you're following. I'd like you to roll a perception check for me, please.
8.
8. That's fine. A 5 will have done it. All around you now are these figures. All around you are these figures moving. These walking dead creatures. Some have tattered bits of remnant hide or armours hanging off them. Others still drag along sheathed weapons. The sheath itself long since rotted away. Some have helmets half hanging on them. As they walk. All around you, you see these walking dead things. And amongst them, you, white-skinned, gaunt, shaded sockets to your black eyes, your black hair hanging, almost looking like some ruler of these walking dead as you walk up through. There are many of them all around you.
I'm gonna like stop for a second, and then I'm gonna like
stop.
Hang my arm down and like my head to the side. I'm gonna try and blend in with them.
Okay, good. Let's have a deception or performance. Your
Imagine
choice.
all of them were just doing that.
Your
They're like,
choice.
oh, I may as well pretend.
Deception. That's an 11.
Okay, it's fine. All you need with these things is 8 or more. Okay, you hang your arm, your tattered arm, and you start to walk with them. A little up ahead, with that perception roll, you notice a natural. It is starting to get slightly lighter. Dawn is coming, even though it's still maybe an hour away. There is a slight lightening off to the east, to your right as you walk. And so you notice topographically ahead of you a small shrubbery bush. Maybe it's a moss patch or something like that, I'm not sure. But it's some 100, 200 feet away, you see something, and it's the first sign of some cover for you, should you be looking for it. As you sit there, one of these walking dead comes close and bangs against you.
I'll just pretend to, like, you know.
Okay, as it shuffles into you, it kind of can't walk forward because of you. You lean to the side, it looks down at you. Rolling his shit.
Oh, this dice ain't doing me very well.
What do you get?
8.
You get to act first.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to do? This thing goes.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, you shoot it.
Alright, okay. I haven't
Because you're point blank, I'm going to give you advantage on this one.
Oh, cool.
Because you're so close and you've got it ready anyway.
Okay. 18 to hit.
That definitely.
Okay. That's 5 piercing.
5 piercing. Okay, it looks down at you and you. Massive hunks of flesh come off. Your thick bolts of your powerful hand thing, and one of its arms just sort of like hangs down, and it goes to slam you, just smashing itself into you. That's a 14 to hit.
That just hit.
Okay, you try to roll out of the way, but it just kind of falls on you and tries to bite you.
Oh,
as
no,
it just
no.
just slams into you. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And let's see if any of the nearby zombies notice this.
Oh my god.
None do, for now. Okay, it is your go.
I'm gonna face step.
Okay.
30 feet away to an unoccupied space.
Do you want to go from your position? Do you want to go behind you, to your left, to your right, or that way?
Right, you know what, actually, first of all, I want to attack and then face step.
Okay,
Because
go ahead.
face step's a bonus action.
Great, go ahead.
Okay.
Don't you need to reload your crossbow?
It doesn't take an action to reload it, you just
Okay.
reload it.
10.
That hits.
Oh, cool. Alright. 5 piercing, yeah.
Okay, again, this time you just like bring it right up here
Yeah.
and it just takes off all outside of the thing. Like this, it's still going, and then you
face up. And it leaves some like autumn leaves, kind of like that.
some autumn leaves, and you know, like a puff.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
a spore. Yeah.
a spore puff
Yeah.
as it on you, and then it just goes down into the mud, gets up, and you,
Oh, I will go that way. Well, actually,
behind you.
Yeah.
So the
I
way
know.
that most of them are walking.
They're walking this way.
So if you're facing, say you're facing
Right.
south,
Yeah.
you can go north, face that way. You can go south, you can go east or west.
So are they all going? If I'm facing this way, are they all going this
They all
way?
seem to be coming towards you. Yeah,
Oh, they're coming like that.
they're coming
Right.
at you.
I'll go that way then.
Towards them.
Yeah, because I can
Okay,
get to
great.
the
Okay.
end of them, hopefully.
You're like yeah. You see something odd as you're walking. You see some 100 feet ahead, as the sun is slowly rising, creeping above the horizon. You see shades of peach, apricot, and reds moving as one of these things falls on it. You think, what is that? Is that what is it? And you then make out. Give me a perception roll.
12.
12. Okay, that's good. You notice basically two of these humanoids. One of them that's been marching, and sorry, I can't gesture because I put my hand in front of you. One of them that's been, and this red thing, this flashes of reds, and you're not quite sure what else. Roll a d6.
4.
These things can't be charmed, can they?
No.
Okay.
You hear a voice. You get a flash of a voice, and it comes to you momentarily, again like lightning, but it's a voice of someone close to you. Unless you want to, you don't have to identify who that would be, but they advise you. You get a flash of advice. What would it be?
I don't know what the advice would be. But if it's advice, it might be the leader of the like, what's it called? The general, you know, back when I was a warrior or whatever.
You hear, trust me. A flash, trust me. Must trust me. As you're walking, you see these two tussling. You see the figure that's slammed and is overbearing this figure, this red figure on the floor, go back like that, and then it kind of just goes, and then it's 20 feet closer to you. It's now some 40 feet from you. This thing on its feet, and you see the description that we've already heard. You see this pointy-eared, as the sun just bursts over the horizon to your right and your left. You see the sickly early morning yellow light, still very dim, but it just breaks the horizon, illuminate this figure in red. Peach skin?
Like apricot.
Apricot skin, mushroom hair, rivulets of rain coming off of it. And as you look up from your face step position, you see coming towards you something that looks quite different from the rest of the figures that you notice, as described. This is where you break performance for a second, and I like,
Okay, I'm gonna look around as well and see if anybody else has noticed me appear here.
Give me a perception check.
What do I minus?
Hmm?
What do I minus?
4.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Well, now that the sun has broken the horizon, it makes it easier for these dead things to notice what's going on around them. And so, as you look into the white-skinned, sallow face of this creature walking towards you that shows intelligence in its eyes, looks upon you, you both notice at this stage many of these things start to trudge towards you.
Okay. Hello? Anybody in this one?
Who art thou?
The name's Rowan. What? You one of these things?
Hang on. How many are around us? How many are like?
Were you paying attention on talking, or are you doing a battlefield assessment?
I'm very confused on what's going on. A lot of things have just happened.
Yeah. There definitely seems to be lots of them around, but they are unevenly spaced.
Alright, well,
we will discuss this after.
Alright. I'm gonna ready my crossbow.
Okay, as you ready your crossbow, and as you walk to within 10, 15 feet of each other, there are 3 of these things converging on you. The one that you just wounded that has gotten up and has seen you and heard you, and 2 others.
Okay.
The rain is still pelting down, so you are still drenched and shouting through the rain, but 3 of them are... One of them's 20 feet from you, the other 2 are some 40 feet away.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
I ain't letting that thing eat me! I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, shoot it. Go ahead, make your attack.
Yeah, natural 20!
Roll your damage, double it.
Yeah. 6.
6?
Yeah.
With that, the one that's gotten up that attacked you beforehand, well, how do you want to do it?
In the head.
Okay, as it comes towards you, you just...
I'm doing it like a gun, yeah, it's a crossbow.
Yeah, it just the whole bolt just takes out the weakest part of the spine and the whole head is just out.
Oh, that
The body
is
continues
disgusting.
to walk for a while.
What?
It's like a chicken.
Yeah.
Should we roll initiative?
In a second.
Okay.
Just make the con save. What was your damage total?
6.
6. Yeah, it drops. Like everyone to roll initiative now, please, for these other 2 that are coming in on you.
Oh, 20 again?
What the hell?
What? 24.
Okay.
12.
Okay. It goes. Rowan, Maverick, and the dead. Okay, you each have one kind of coming in at you. Theatre of the mind for this combat.
Yep.
Rowan, you're up first.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot it.
Go ahead. Fire.
Okay. 20 to hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Nice. 1 point of damage.
Okay. And it just sticks into this thing as it keeps coming. Barely notices.
Oh, that
it's
creepy. Oh my god.
Maverick, you're up.
Can I cast one of my spells?
I'd like you to explain to me how the magic manifests when hitherto it has not.
Well, it's the spell that I was going to cast was green flame blade. So maybe when I attack the zombie, my rapier glows green, and it's like comes like naturally to me. Like
Yeah. You don't really cast it.
yeah.
Simply, you will this energy into your. Can you attack on the same round that you cast it?
Yeah, it's a part of the same action used to cast it. You
Cool.
make an attack.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, I cast Green Flame Blade.
Slay.
You shing your rapier,
Why?
and it. The sickly green flames and the dim light of the early dawn. You are now at -5.
Oh, shit. Wait, what? When do I die?
-10.
Oh, okay.
You got 5 more damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make my attack against it. Come on. 7.
7 damage.
No, 7 to hit.
7 to hit. That just misses.
Oh.
That just misses. Sorry. Okay, you shing, and the flames shock you so much that your swipe is kind of slightly distracted simply by the like. What is this dark power? But the green flames illuminate the face of this thing as it comes in. They are both going to attempt their slam attacks on you as they come towards you.
Oh no.
Okay, one attempts a slam attack upon you. 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. Oh no, that's actually
14
pretty.
to hit.
That just hits you.
Okay, and it slams at you. You suffer.
Full stop.
4 points of bludgeoning damage as it cracks some of your ribs as it slams into you.
You.
On my mask or for?
Oh, your actual one. I look.
Rowan, you're up.
All right. What am I gonna do?
Die.
Die. Okay. I guess I'll just keep shooting.
Go for it.
14.
That hits.
4. Piercing.
4 piercing.
Yeah.
Okay. Again.
I'm
Still
gonna
up.
use my bonus action to face step again.
How many times can you do that?
Equal to my proficiency bonus. So this
So this is the second and final
Yeah.
time.
I'm gonna face up behind it.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. You do
Like,
that.
actually, I'm gonna face step outside of its reach, so it can't hit me on the next round. So like 30 feet
Okay. You face step 30 feet
Yeah.
away from it.
behind. Yeah. Because I can shoot it from far away, can't I?
Maverick, you're up.
Alright, let's just do that again. I'm
Do you
gonna.
have to cast it again?
Just
or
try
is
it.
it last several.
It's a cantrip. It's yeah, and you have to cast it again.
Great.
So I'll just like after
The
like
flames
being
remain.
distracted.
They just
Yeah.
they remain around it, and you're like, oh, I get it now.
I'm like, I back swing it, please hit. Okay, thank you. 20 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Alright,
These
that-
things do not have a high armor class. An 8
Okay.
will get them. They are hunks of flesh walking about.
Alright, let's roll my damage. That's 11 points of piercing damage plus 4 points of fire damage.
What?
Oh,
11? What? How did you get 11?
I'm
From a rapier?
I'm skillful. I rolled
Jeez.
an 8 and then I just
Nice, okay.
Slayer,
Um,
literally.
so 11 plus 4, 15. Nice. I was not expecting that. Okay, good. The cantrip's an action though, isn't it?
Yeah, I still got my bonus action, but I can't really do anything with it.
No, what I mean is, how can you cast the cantrip and attack?
As a part of casting the spell, it makes an attack.
Got it, great. And you use your sword to do that?
Yeah.
Got it, right, I understand. Thank you. Okay, fantastic, what a great spell.
I've never heard of that spell.
It's the dead's turn, so one of them, they try and slam you again, this time with their hands, just to smack their hands into you. That's a 6 to hit.
I'm behind it. 30 feet away.
Yeah. You're still in combat. It doesn't take you out of combat with it. So, alright, you can't do that. So it starts to walk towards you.
Okay.
It only makes it 20 feet.
Oh.
But it's still 10 feet away. Use its other action to come towards you. So it comes right up to you again.
Okay.
Alright. Your zombie.
It's gonna kill me.
9 to hit.
No.
It's good.
Okay. It goes for and you easily duck underneath it. You're up, Ryan. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Go on then. That hits.
Yep. 1 piercing.
1 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your weapons do not seem to work particularly well against these things. Okay. Maverick, you're up.
What is this? What does he look like? The zombie. How is he looking bad? Or is he looking terrible?
Really, yeah, pretty bad. He's got a few green flames literally licking up his body from where you came.
I'm just gonna continue the green flame cycle and just
go for it. Take another
slap
hit
him
then.
again with it.
That hits.
Yep, 13. Missed. 8 piercing damage and 4 fire damage.
Alright, that's all in it. How do you want to do it?
Alright, I just stab it and then the green light comes out of it and it just combusts.
And like a stinking pile of necrotic ash by your feet, you take the sword out of it and the flames kind of like away. Okay, it's the zombies go. Your one moves 10 feet towards you and goes to attack you. That's a 10 to hit. You duck around underneath.
Duck in my hat.
Yeah.
Use that as a shield.
I'm just going to see whether any others have noticed you. They have not. They have really bad passive perception. And because of the noise of the rain, it's deflecting the noise of the battle, so you're trying to fight as quickly as possible. Okay, 12 seconds has passed. We're into, the 4th round, so 18 seconds has
I
passed.
assume that hits. It's above 8.
Yeah.
6 piercing.
Alright, better. You tear off a massive chunk of its flesh, but it's still coming. It looks unhurt and unharmed as far as you're concerned, as it just, as you massive hunt of flesh fall away at your bolt.
What is up with you?
Just got a roller. Okay. That's your go. Maverick, what are you doing?
Is there any...
there's one right nearby you attacking this strange red creature that you just met that's just spoken to you in a funny language. I take it you spoke common.
I am.
Yeah. That zombie's within about 10 feet of you. The one attacking her.
Okay, well I'll walk over. I'll just stab it in the face. I'll try.
From behind, stab it in the face.
22.
That definitely hits. Are you doing the green flames of death? Or?
Of course I am. It's like kind of a signature move at this point. 8 piercing, 4 fire.
I just shoot one bolt.
You shoot and it just keeps walking. Suddenly, a sword just goes for its head. Green flames come out of its eyes, and it.
Oh. Well, thanks for that.
You didn't look like you needed much help, but...
Oh, believe me, I did.
It drops. All 3 of them have been vanquished. And you notice more have noticed with the rising of the dawn, and are slowly, these things move slowly, coming towards you all. The path that you were headed in south, as you look that way now over this new person you just met over their shoulder, as you talk, believe me, I did, you look over your shoulder and you see an entire line of them.
Oh.
Like an entire horde coming your way, coming towards you.
Alright, well, this is the point where we turn and run.
I'm still unsure of what's going on.
Right, trust me, love, we don't want to face that, okay? Right,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn around, what's behind
Running
us?
back north? Okay, you start to run back north. Now, as you're running, so I take it you're basically, for the intents and purposes of rules, you're dashing.
Yeah.
Both of you,
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're doing 60 feet.
Yeah.
These things can at best do 20 dash. 20.
With the slow ones.
Okay, you start heading back with the beginning of dawn and with the mist having dissipated. Like you both to roll, one of you to roll survival, one perception. You choose.
Hang on. I'm better at neither.
Both is +4 for me.
You do it.
Do which one?
Oh, shoot. I'm +2 on both.
Alright, well, you do perception. Wait,
Okay.
yeah. I'll do survival.
Oh, but I've got -4.
Natural 20, 24 on the survival.
Okay.
I've got 13.
You're definitely sure that you're headed north. You notice as you're running a kind of track off to your left, off to your right as you're running north now. You notice like an old road.
Alright.
Like large slabs. Most of them are sunken and in the marsh. Marsh is springing out from the gaps between these massive slabs of stone, but it's some kind of old track, if you would like to head towards that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You run over again, your boots, you're soaked, you're completely drenched as you run, and you get onto this old path, this old road. Also, I will say, with your, what was your survival? 20 something?
24.
Okay, with the 24, not only do you notice that too, but you see off on the northern horizon you're running to, you notice the structure of the bridge that you crossed the day before. You are so tired, you are exhausted, but you still continue to run. With your 24, you also, as you are running, you glance to your left, with the sun coming up from your right, you see across the way, I'd say on the horizon, you see some smoke rising up there. Bridge there, smoke way off in the distance over there. Okay?
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, let's head towards the smoke.
Alright, yeah, I agree.
You at this point you remember that there's a river as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so to get to the smoke, do we have to cross the bridge? No, bridge
knows?
is over there.
Who are you asking? Yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's to say?
No, I mean, like, you said the bridge was...
So you're running, you can see the bridge, it's
Right.
a couple of miles off, right?
Yeah.
But you can see it,
Yeah.
it's slightly raised. Or not slightly raised, but because of the flatness of the land where you are now, you can see the structure. It's
Yeah.
on the couple of miles.
Okay,
On the far distant horizon, you haven't seen this,
okay.
but you've seen far off over there, smoke. The rain is starting to ease off now.
Alright. I crossed the bridge earlier, we might want to go check that out.
So, you've been in this area? Where
Mate,
did you come from?
To be honest, I ain't meant to be here. I really don't know where I am.
Oh, you're telling me that.
Right, you run as you're running,
Yeah.
doing this as you're running, you're overtaking these dead things that have walked past you in the past, alright? You run for about another 10 minutes and you get to within about a mile of the bridge. The road has all but disappeared now. What ancient road, pathway this may have once been, thoroughfare, is now but a relic and is lost to the marsh as you're now running back through marsh. You're about a mile from this bridge. You want to continue across the bridge or?
Well, have you pointed the smoke out to me?
Yeah, of course.
Right, well that's probably a good idea then. We're heading in the smoke direction.
So veer away from the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you veer away to the west. You start running west. You're running through marsh. You have to sort of run around a few of these creatures that are still walking. Like you find the odd loner, the kino that was at the
All
front,
right,
you run around them, easily avoiding any further encounter. After again about another 10 minutes has passed, you hear fast flowing water, and you come to the banks of a massive river, some I'd say 40 to 50 feet across, fast flowing from the rains that have just been all night. The banks look fit to burst, so the water is barely, within the banks of it. What would you like to do?
Is there smoke on the other side of it then?
No, the smoke's way off on the horizon. I said it's very distant horizon.
Okay.
If you had to guess, with that survival check that you rolled, like 15, 20 miles?
Okay.
Like, it's just some, plumes.
Okay.
And I'd also say you can see in that direction with a 24 survival?
I rolled a 20.
Oh, wow, okay. I'd say you also saw hills then, in that case, in that same direction. You could see hills.
Look, I came from over the bridge. There's just marsh on that side as well.
Seems like there's marsh everywhere.
Yeah, and I think the only good way to go is towards that
So
side.
you are at the banks of the river, looking across the river, and across the river, you're now looking west
Yeah.
at that
Okay.
distant smoke. The bridge is about 2 miles back that way.
So the bridge goes over this river.
You assume so. What do you think?
Oh, we should go back to the bridge then. If the smoke's on the other side of the river.
Well, how far across is the river?
About 40, 50 feet.
Alright, well, let's go back to the bridge then.
Yeah.
You in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, you trudge through the marsh back a couple of miles, following right along the riverbank, trying to get some sense of bearings, trying to get some sense of memory for you. Do you know this? Do I know myself? You literally don't know where you are. Don't know what's going on. You have no idea where you are. Both of you lost. Roll credits. You trudge a few miles back to the bridge, this ancient stone bridge. Roll d6, please.
6.
You briefly get the smell of ale, and you know it's ale. You're not sure if it's a memory or if it's real as you walk across the bridge. So you walk across, the rains have stopped. It is actually harsh landscape all around, but beautiful in a way that is very alien and dampened to you. I'll describe what you see all around now.
Is it light now then?
Yeah, it's light now.
Okay.
You cross the bridge into soggy moorland. Here and there you see the kind of low trees that I described earlier, clinging to small bundles of furze, heathland. All around is scraggly, yellowy green grassland for miles and miles. As you walk north across the bridge, that's all you can see, extending out in front of you for as far as you can see. As you look to your right, as you cross the bridge, you see the same, except that yeah, that's all you see. To your left as you cross the bridge, heading north, you see the smoke and hills. You both can see this now. It is clear and bright and cold. As you cross the bridge and turn left, start heading west towards the smoke and some semblance, some sign of civilization you can see, is then, for the first time, that you're able to look to your left, now south, horizon, you see, extending like some kind of sick, broken, wicked crown, the entire horizon of the south is distant, broken, wicked-looking mountains, tall beyond measure, inhospitable, and the ground in front of those mountains, far, far off on the horizon, some, you guess, at least 25 miles, 30 miles away, you
I'm
see
trying to figure out where we are.
broken badlands. The mountains, can't stress this enough, look mean as hell. Tall and wicked. Ahead of you, the only sign of any comfort, any respite, any civilization is the thin tendrils of smoke you can see rising from what seems to be some distant settlements, some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, yeah, about 20 miles. You gonna head in that direction?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You start walking, making a beeline for these tendrils of smoke. The day is yours.
So what was you doing in that battlefield? They look like soldiers, don't they? Soldiers.
I was just blending in. I was just following them to see where they were
What
going.
were they doing? Have I seen things like that before?
Do you think you would have done?
I don't know how prevalent they are in the Feywild.
But what do you? I don't think in your lifetime you've ever seen anything like that. That was very shocking.
I've never seen anything like that.
Why were you fighting them?
Right, so I was just on my way, on my usual way, where I usually walk. I was trying to go to the Shroom Court Council thing,
Slow down. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
my name's Rowan, by the way.
Yes, we haven't introduced ourselves.
What's your name?
I'm Maverick, Maximilian, or maybe Maximilian Maverick.
What do you prefer?
The first one sounds better.
Alright, Maverick. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
I've never seen someone like you before.
I could say the same thing.
Do you have your
about-
helmet on still?
Yeah.
Your face is really freaky, you know that? Like, why is your face like that?
That's not my face. Why is your head like that?
My head? What's wrong with my head? I mean, I do have a mushroom on my head. Now, let's play a game. Do you think it's a hat, or do you think it's my head?
Let's find out.
Whoa! Don't touch the mushroom, pal. It's my head. I'll give it away, it's my head.
Feels weird.
It is a mushroom, so...
Do you have to clean it?
Well, I mean, there's only, you can only
wash your
get
hair?
so clean with a mushroom, you know? Like, it's quite, How do I wash my hair?
Yeah.
You get the cup, you kind of just go like that, you know? I mean, I can tell you don't know what that means, like washing your hair.
I was buried in the clay for at least
What-
a couple of hours, I don't know.
In the clay? Do you mean back where we were just
Yes.
then? That's very strange. Why'd you do that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh.
Where does the roots of your hair come from? If there's a mushroom in the way?
Well, okay. I'm not
if you
really
took the
sure.
mushroom off, would there be a bald spot in there?
Well, okay, no. The thing is, like, it wouldn't just come off like that. It would come off like it would still be attached. I would have a mushroom stump. Well, okay. So when I was little, me and my friend were playing, and it actually fell off by accident because I ran into a branch. It happens a lot sometimes with kids, especially because the mushroom is, not very mature. It's not firm yet, so it comes off quite easily. Anyway, I'm sorry. I feel like I've been talking about myself quite a lot. Where are you headed? Because I was trying to explain that I was going to the Shroom Court. Where are you going?
Anywhere but here.
Here is pretty, I mean, it's not a pretty
The
sight.
Shroom Court?
Yeah, the Shroom Court,
No, I don't.
Well, it's also known as the Shroom Council.
That's just a different word for
Oh.
something.
You've not. Okay. Well, I suppose that is quite strange. Like most people have heard of it. I feel like I ain't meant to be here. Like I don't know where I am. I got lost.
Yes, me too.
I think the only good plan is to head to that smoke.
That I completely agree with that, but what do you mean? I'm still trying to figure out what you were heading. The Shroom Court? What is that?
It's like, hang on. Oh well, it's like Lords and Ladies, you know. And I was trying to go there because, right, my wife, she ain't well. Like there's something wrong with her. She hasn't been herself. It's been really like not great to see. Like actually, I'm really worried about her.
Is she also like big mushroom?
No, she actually don't have a mushroom. Some just don't, you know.
Where do you come from?
Wait, what's my village called? What? From the village. That's quite. I don't know what my village is called. Oh wait, no. Does it have a name?
It's in a part of the Great Forest called Slender Stream.
Okay. Great Forest.
Grape.
The village in the Great Forest. In Slender Stream.
You're from the North Copse.
What's that?
The North Copse. That's your settlement.
Oh, okay. The North Copse.
Do I remember anything about like names of places or anything like that?
No, this rings a bell to you. No, not at all. I mean, you can roll a history check if you want. The DC's insanely high.
I will roll a history check, and I want to. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm from the North Copse. Where are you from?
The ground.
Ah, that's all right, love. We all have to start somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, your performance in that fight back there, I could say the same thing.
Wow. All right, I was trying to be nice. Now that you're closer, as for my face, I've got one blank eye and one that is red, and I have the big sigil, and I'm very androgynous looking.
What does that mark on your forehead mean?
Oh, my mark! Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Have you never seen a married couple before then? Because, at least where I'm from, Slender Stream, when you get married, you swap sigils. You swap family sigils.
I'm definitely not married. I wouldn't remember anyway if I was.
You don't remember? What do you mean?
I can't seem to remember anything.
Really? Well, maybe yeah.
It's might be something to do with the way I was. Maybe I fell on the ground.
Yeah, maybe. And you got buried somehow? You must have been there for a while. Right, also, what were those freaky things? Like, why were they... Do you know anything about that? I'm getting the feeling I'm not going to get much information out of you.
That's all right. You'd be right saying that.
That is all right. Okay. Just happy to have some company, because I am really lost. And I really got to get to the Shroom Court. So, find nearest people, ask for directions. We'll continue walking. I have no food, by the way, so if you get hungry...
And you're exhausted. Even though she seems chipper and her eyes are bad, she is doing her very best. She's very tired.
You've got, massive, actual bags.
Right, okay. So do you. I am
that's
very...
just my... there's nothing.
Don't you worry. I'm just alright.
Still got a lot of clay on my face.
Yeah, do you want me to get it for you? Oh, okay. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Personal boundary.
Oh yeah. Alright. Well, you tried to touch my head, so...
I tried, I didn't succeed.
Alright. You continue your walk across the open moorland. And as you close the distance between where you are and your destination, you begin to be able to see. It's a clear day, it's a cold day. So you both feel the chill. Make a perception check about your new companion.
-4 still? Okay, nothing, like literally minus.
Okay, you notice nothing. Okay.
Blind.
Also, this affects you're kind of starting to get to the place where you're feeling like swooning now and then, like you're very, very tired.
Wait, what is it? Is it still marshy underfoot?
It's because of the heavy rain. It's very wet. It's less marsh and more moorland now.
Okay.
So it's undulating ground.
Could I get in a tree and sleep? Or meditate, whatever I do?
I don't think a tree would be comfortable enough for you. You have to have like relatively comfortable surroundings to be able to do that, to be able to rest. You can't just sit down and do it.
Yeah.
Like it has to be something where, like, the temperature's very cold. You look at you kind of like find yourself looking at the distant smoke as it gets closer and closer. Give me a Constitution saving throw with that minus applied to your modifiers, your existing modifiers.
14.
14. Okay, fine. I'm going to ask you to make one of those for every hour that you're walking.
Okay.
Alright, as you get closer, some maybe 10 miles off, you both notice the hills obviously everything gets closer, and you notice some hills more to the southwest slightly of your field of view. And from this distance now, the top of one of those hills, the tallest of the hills, you see a stone castle. It is distant, it is silhouetted. You can't make out any detail, but you can certainly see some kind of fortified castle of some sort. To the right of that, and some miles apart in the way in which they're separated, you see what looks to be the main source of the smoke and the rivulets of life, signs of life, which is some kind of settlement, a village, small town, something like that. Do you want to adjust your destination either to the hills, the incline that comes with that, and the castle, or the
To the village.
Okay. That just means slightly adjusting your trajectory, as it were, as you continue to walk across this wet moorland. The day continues on, and the day continues to be yours if you want to continue any conversations.
You alright there? You a bit chilly?
What are you?
Oh. What do you mean?
What?
Can I just move your hair for a second? Whoa! Oh, I thought you were an elf. But my bad. What? I'm an elf, as you can see. I'm an Eladrin.
Okay.
What are you?
I'm just a guy.
You would know that you are human.
I'm just a girl.
Human.
Ah. Do we see humans in the Feywild?
Sure.
Oh, alright. Nice.
So you'd have seen them. They would be as rare to you as Eladrin are to humans in this part of the world. Not that you know that, but you may have seen one.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe a passing traveller or something.
You know, I don't see many humans in the Feywild.
Some of your people might derogatorily, what word is referred to them as round ears.
Round ears.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't do that.
You better not.
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen many humans in the Feywild. If I'm in the residents of the Feywild, do we call it the Feywild or do we call it fairy? Like, what do we just call it?
You're from Fey. That's where you're from.
Fey.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get here? Were you born here?
Woke up.
Right, I've asked that question. I don't know. I'm expecting a different answer.
What do you mean, Fey? Is that the area we're in?
What do you mean?
Is that the name of the marshes?
That's name of the wild place.
You know of the Fae. That comes to you. You're aware of your memory isn't wiped. It's just
like personal detail. Like you still know about the world, right?
you still know about the world, but just you are in a period of. Well, I suppose I'll leave this up to you whether you feel you're in a period of awakening those memories or not. What do you think?
I mean, they come to me as I go. So.
Okay. So it is then.
The Fae. We're not in the Fae, are we?
Are we not? I thought.
No. That's places where adventurers and wizards go.
Well, if we're not in the Fae, then where are we?
We're on the prime material realm.
Have I heard of that?
For sure, yeah, the prime. Yeah, it's where it's kind of a meeting point. And it's thought that the Fae is a kind of a mirror of it, and that the shadow fell.
Do you think people from my village would, or people I know in general, would often go to the prime? Probably not, right? Yeah.
It's another world.
Yeah.
It's another dimension.
I can't be in the prime. I was
Apparently
literally just walking my usual route. I mean, everything does look a bit, less nice. No offence.
Everything. What do you mean, no offence? I heard.
No, I wasn't talking about you, love. No, you know, I'm sure you're trying your best. But I'm not. I didn't even realise then. I must have shifted somehow. How did I even get here? I thought you got here through like portals and stuff.
I don't know my dimensional.
I know. I'm not trying to get answers out of you. I'm just kind of like airing my thoughts.
Moorland gives way to grassland, and so the going becomes even easier as you stride across the grasslands. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay.
8. Yeah.
And as you come within a few miles of this settlement, this outpost, this village, your new friend Rowan passes out, collapses with exhaustion.
I'm just chatting. I'm literally in the middle of chatting, and then I go,
What do you do?
I'm just gonna pick her up.
Okay, you pick her up.
And just put her over my shoulder. I'm just gonna.
You get whacked with my cap. Yeah, I'm quite heavy.
You then, as you do that, you get a flash of like, I used to be strong. Sure. Like, you do it. It came natural to you to pick her up. Just like, and you're like, like she's heavy. You walk with her. You stagger on with her, sort of going at half speed.
You get bumped on the head with my cap.
Towards this outpost. Alright. As you are unconscious during this, but as you walk towards this settlement, grassland gives way to well-cultivated pasture land. And you see here and there wild goats munching on the fresh shoots, and small herds of sheep, and even some cattle being tended to on the surrounding countryside. You pass by on your right a lake, not very large, some half mile across, and as you walk past that on your right, here and there are copses of trees, some oak and sycamores, but for the most part it is open pasture land. And ahead of you, just at the very edge of the hills, before the lakes begin, there is this small village, built mostly of stone. And as you approach it, you look for sort of some main entrance, some main thoroughfare into the village, and you find it. As you come down, you meet it as you come to the end of the first lake. You join a thoroughfare that leads into this village. As you get closer, a sign, kept beautiful condition, painted with thick white paint, and then in an old script, each letter, at least a foot tall, it says Orensholm.
How do you spell that?
Oren
Oren.
Sholm. Orensholm. Nestled closely together in this village, all of the buildings you notice are nestled quite closely together. Small, low-roofed stone buildings, tiled or thatched roofs, clearly each of them with a warm hearth within, because smoke seems to come from every chimney. As you walk into this small village, you recognise that around it, you notice there is a stone and timber wall. The first 6 foot is stone, and then there is timber reinforcements on top of that. It does not obscure the village from sight completely, but it does seem to be a very sturdy barrier against the worst of the elements and perhaps of any attacking forces. There is a distinct lack of any particular patrols or guards that you see, yet as you enter the village, cue town ambience, you enter into the bustling settlement of Orensholm. Beneath the signage where it says Orensholm, it says, "Heroes welcome."
Gotta turn around.
Yeah, I gotta leave.
As you enter, tall, white skin. Are you still wearing your helmet, or have you removed that?
Would I look better with
Now
it
there's a
on?
good idea. And there's
I'm gonna keep it on because at least it obscures my face.
Okay. The sight of a 6 foot plus, thin, white skinned foreigner with a apricot skinned elven woman over his shoulder is a sight to see. And many of the natives of Orensholm stop in their tracks. Oh my! Busy themselves on with wherever they were going. This seems to be a large village. Carts creak here and there, carrying goods for open trade on the back of their wagons. There is bustling trade happening on the streets. People go to and fro, hither and thither, on their way to whatever business ails them. What would you like to do? Now this, by the way, is the thing you come to. You are exhausted. You are -5 now.
Alright, you can put me down now. Thanks.
I'm just gonna lay her down on the floor.
Oh, thanks. Alright, I'll get up. Okay, alright, I gotta go rest somewhere. Oh, it's a pretty nice place here. I didn't see. Yeah, I got.
Do you have any coin?
I have 8 of these, and they look very different to the god that you're used to seeing.
What?
They're like mushroom shaped. They got like little bits of moss on them and stuff. They're a bit like mother of pearl.
What was the currency.
I got 8 gold.
Hundreds of years ago.
Well, you don't know what time has passed, but
You can look in your
you're
pocket.
familiar with platinum and gold and silver. Most certainly.
And what the frick is there now? What on earth is that meant to be?
What do you mean? It's money. Gold. I mean, technically it's not gold. I don't know why they call it gold, but...
That's some weird design.
Oh.
Alright.
Well...
They like limited...
limited edition. No, I'm gonna look around and see if I can see a tavern.
You look around? Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, wait, why am I doing this?
Sponsored by Starbucks.
No!
This
it's
isn't-
not Starbucks! 20, hang on, sorry. 16.
Okay. Immediately, due to the relatively small scale of this village and certainly the way their buildings are constructed are queer to you, to the nth degree.
Look at me, mate.
Small and stout and stone with shutters for windows and heavy clay tiles. Or some buildings are thatched thickly with the reeds, no doubt harvested from the nearby river. You see several traders and places. Nearest to your entrance, you see an outdoor smith. Ting, 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 ting.
Is it on the left?
Called Gunther's Iron. And directly across the road from Gunther's Iron, on this kind of broad cobble street road, there's lots of, obviously with this being low in terms of topographically, prone to flooding, no doubt, because here and there on the ground is straw, is wooden slatting to help aid passageway through the village. So opposite Gunther's Iron, you see Darkwood Inn,
Alright, let's go there.
a 3-story stone building, wooden shutters, and indoors like an old western. You know, like so.
Yeah.
Those kind
Yeah.
of doors.
I need to spit in a pot or whatever. I don't know what they do.
You want to go over to Darkwood Inn?
Yes. Because I'm about to pass out again.
Okay.
Spit
Walk
in
over. It's taking you to do the distance here. It is the day is. You're only a few hours from sunset. So you've walked all day just to get here.
I've not got a single coin on me.
I have these. Let's go.
Right, so I
Your
guess you're-
character would be, I think you would have this as a fighter as well.
Yes.
That last zombie,
Yes.
that was a tough one.
Yeah.
3 shots didn't take it down.
Yeah.
Just something for your character to remember is,
Yeah.
it's not that he saved your life, but he did help you out with that last zombie. Just something to remember.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Okay, you walk over to Darkwood Inn and walk through the, whatever you call those.
What are they called? Saloon doors.
Saloon doors, that's it, yeah, the saloon doors.
Mm.
Into a relatively busy interior. Warmth immediately hits you from a massive open fire. The smell of burning cedar wood and oak, well dried, crackling away in the corner. Fills you with warmth immediately.
That's nice. Look, I really don't know if they're going to take my money. But if they do, I can buy you a drink if you want.
Get the moss off of it. That looks like it's been in a ditch for a few days.
You've actually been in a ditch for a few days. That's alright. That's alright.
As you stand just inside the saloon doors, I would say 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 1. You get shoved slightly
Oh, sorry.
as a large humanoid walks past you. Move it!
Sorry.
And walks over. Massive iron armoured, breastplated character. takes off the breath.
The door.
Just sits down near the fire in a massive seat. Gerardo!
Oh, he's a loud fellow.
Ale!
Alright, sorry about that. We'll go up to the bar, please.
Okay, so you look around. There is a massive fireplace on your left as you come in. Huge. With separate wood ovens on each side of it. Wherein a couple of serving boys are quickly unloading loaves from it, fresh loaves from it, and taking them into it. On the back left, a kitchen leads into the back kitchens where you can hear the clatter of pans, shouting of chef, some 40 feet across. This is quite a large stone building. However, the roofs are quite low, which is what gives it this cosy feel. There are timbers, exposed timbers across the length of the tavern open pub area, and around it hops have been wound around all the timbers, giving it again more of a cosy, intimate feel. There are round tables positioned in this open saloon. I'd say at least 8 of them, and I'd say it's about half full at the moment. You guess for the time of day, you're not sure what hour it is, but you know that it must be a few hours from sunset. Let me turn off the bird things and turn on some...
Oh, it's a nice place. Could do with some more plants over there and probably some over there. But it's really nice, I like it. At least it's warm.
Indeed.
Play. That'll do, great. It's about half filled with the locals and maybe the newcomers to this tavern, of which you are both. Welcome to Darkwood Inn.
Alright. Okay, I want to find somewhere I can get a room.
You want to try and find... you want to get a room?
Yeah, and drinks. But I've got 8. Okay, I'm hoping my money works here. So, is there a bar?
Far end, yeah.
Alright, let's go over there.
Alright, you kind of wind your way, you're going with her?
Yeah.
Wind your way around the tables. We're going to do, this is from the new rules, the 1 D&D rules, so this will be fun to see how this works. We're going to do a new reaction check, like how you are received by people. Which I like, because we used to have this in the old rules, and I'm very glad that we have it now. You're going to just have to give me a second to find it, so please make whatever conversation you want your characters as I look for these rules.
So, I saw your glowy sword thing on the battlefield.
It's a rapier.
What's the sword in it?
That's like saying I saw your pet animal climbing up that tree. Like it's a wolf. It's not. Anyway.
About my bad. Anyway, I was just gonna tell you. It was pretty impressive. Thanks for helping me out there.
It's fine. It's my pleasure, to be honest.
You know my my crossbow don't really do a lot. I found with both
when you're
things.
shooting at point blank.
I mean, they were right there. I had to.
Yeah. Do you not have any close quarters weapon?
I literally only have this crossbow.
Huh.
Because I mean, I have more stuff back at my house, but wasn't planning on being here, to be honest. I was planning on going to the shroom court.
You mentioned your wife.
I really wish I hadn't called it the shroom court.
I just like saying that.
You just say it all the time.
Yes, I mentioned my wife. Her name's Sonnet.
Okay. You said she was sick.
Yeah, well, sickness. I don't really know what it is. And you know, the thing is, she is a village healer. So she was the last one I thought would get sick. But I feel awful, and I'm gonna sort it out because she always takes care of me, and now it's my point to take care of her.
Do you know what I love?
What?
I love that your accent is a bit terrible. Because common wouldn't be your language. So you're speaking like you're not your native language. And you sound like it. You should all pick crap accents we can't do when we're speaking our language.
Oh my god, it's so fun. Yeah, so it's my chance to take care of her. But, I mean, I got kind of sidetracked here. I don't know how I ended up in the prime. Really don't really know what's going on.
Okay.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm just a crazy situation.
When we get to as you walk up to the bar, you notice a. Bear with me a second. So I've got to go between my things here.
It's quite alright.
You notice a thin dandy of a human character, tightly waistcoated, shirt sleeves folded up to reveal heavily tattooed forearms, a slight, almost pretentious goatee, slicked back hair, and a tie on, although it's undone slightly, tight trousers, very tall, lean, and as you walk over goes, friends, unusual friends, welcome to the Darkwood Inn. How can I help you?
Hello.
What do you like?
Thank you for the welcome. Well, we was hoping. we was
You
hoping.
are strange. You know you can leave your hats at the door.
I don't have a hat.
Okay.
This is the mushroom on my head. That is a mushroom,
Alright.
not a hat. It's alright. Many people have made that mistake.
We do prefer kind of a helmets off policy here in the Darkwood Inn, my friend.
You may prefer it, but your customers might not.
I don't think whatever's underneath that helmet is going to be as terrifying as the helmet itself.
I wouldn't pressure him. That's not very nice.
I'll just
Hail, Gerardo! We'll have it over there in seconds!
I'll just take off the helmet.
Alright.
Right, oh
But
god.
only if you feel comfortable,
I've
right?
already taken it off.
Oh, okay.
You both look like you need some sleep.
I do. Well, not sleep.
We have rooms, you know.
How much are they? Because I have this.
Okay, right. New in town.
Yeah.
Okay, well, firstly, welcome. Here's what I'd like you to do. So you're going to do an influence check.
What the hell is that?
So if you come into a new place now, you
Yeah.
can say, I want to try and, influence, get good impressions, those kind of things, which I'm guessing you want to do. So I'm kind of
Okay.
pushing you into this one. What I'd like you to do is to roll. Are you being indifferent, friendly, or hostile?
I'm being friendly.
What are you being?
Hostile? No. I'm being indifferent.
Indifferent. Okay, good. This character is being friendly. So, what I'd like you to do, this is attitude. Sorry, a creature's attitude. It's not
Alright.
influence, excuse me, it's attitude. Yeah, influence is an action. So give me, one of you give me a charisma check since you're doing most of the
Oh,
talking.
I've got -4. Okay.
Where's your charisma?
10.
10, and you're being friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, seems to be friendly with you as well. Will you also go ahead and make a charisma check? You're being indifferent.
24.
24. Okay, as you take off your helmet, even though you have these sunken black eyes,
What's along with it?
there is something. You have a presence, and as he takes off the helmet, you're aware of it as well. You're like, well, everything slows down. As he kind of like Just stands there, sunken eyes and face. But you have he has a presence that belies his physical appearance.
Oh.
That is that of a. There is something.
Hey,
Even you're aware of it, and he sees you. Welcome. So it's rooms that you want?
Mm-hmm.
A room each, is it? Or are you sharing? Or?
Well, I think to save coin we share, yeah? Because I don't need a bed.
I'm not tired.
Right, one room, please.
Alright, well that's 2 silver pieces a night. How many nights you stay?
3.
3? What are we doing here?
I make that to be 6 silver pieces then. Are you eating with us tonight? I can
Sure, yeah.
add that to
Yes.
your bill if you
Yeah.
like. So
Yeah.
dinner for 3 nights, breakfast for 3 nights?
Wait, hang on. We have dinner tonight, that's it. Thanks.
7 silver then, please.
Alright, here you go.
Wonderful. Well, I've not seen one like this before. But
Ew,
picks
I'm
up
lost
another
on it.
gold from nearby just to compare it. That certainly seems to be the real deal. Alright. He plucks up 3 silver and gives you 3 silver. You
Thanks.
have 3 Orangeheim silver.
3.
Caroline.
They are stamped. You give them a quick look over,
Yeah.
and they are stamped with an insignia written in common, in a weird kind of common to you.
Yeah.
You make out the mark of the Lords of Everdale
Hey.
on the silver.
Okay.
So make of that what you will.
Or what you want.
He hands you a key, which he hands to you. Says your key, sir.
Thank
And obviously, if you can find a table, you're more than welcome. We're going to be serving up soon.
Alright, thanks. Why did I give the key to you? I bought it.
Alright, take it.
Thanks. Alright. Well, I was going to say we put our stuff in our
He
room.
hands you 2 wooden plates with some cutlery on it and just goes, there's your cutlery. We're serving up in probably about an hour.
Alright, thanks.
Thank you.
Do you want me to put? Do you have any stuff? You don't have a bag, do you?
No, of course not.
Oh. Well, I'll go.
You do have some rudimentary items though, don't you? You do
I have a pot with a finger in it.
I have a tooth. That's true. Oh my god. Do you want me to put your stuff in the room? You can find a table for us, and I'll put stuff in the room.
Whose finger is this?
Did you bring it up?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why do you have a finger?
I don't know.
Whose finger is that?
I don't know.
Mate, alright, well.
You can't find it's literally. I will actually say. Yeah, it looks like a cactus at first. You know where it's a finger.
Oh. Alright, well.
It serves no purpose, it's just a random finger.
Alright, it's not.
Okay.
Do you want me to put it in our room?
No.
Okay. Right, you find a table. I'm gonna go to the room, have a nap. Not a nap. I'll have a rest.
Alright.
Wait, no, dinner's soon. Oh, I just want to go to rest.
You're hungry as well.
I am hungry, yes.
You ran out of rations. One time you're hungry, you're tired. I never felt this.
And I miss my wife. Alright, I'm gonna stay down here, wait for the food, sit by the fire a bit, yeah. And then go rest.
You gonna try and find a table then?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's only half full though, isn't it? So we can.
It's half full. There's no empty tables of the 8.
Oh.
One of but there is one where there is just the emptiest table is occupied by a small halfling female who is sitting back on the table, tuning a lute with her legs up on the table. But there seems to be 3 free seats there if you want to sit at a table rather than stand.
Alright, yeah, I'll go over, sit down.
I'll also sit down at the table.
We don't ask, we just sit there.
She looks up as you sit down. Ah, well.
Oh, hello.
I've never seen anything like it.
Like what?
Like you two. You two queer folk. We get a lot of queer folk in here. It's awkward in. But you two are the most interesting I've seen in a long time, I must say.
Oh, well, thanks.
You're
That's
welcome.
nice of you.
Yeah, it was a kind of a compliment, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you look queer too.
Thank you very much. I've been called worse.
I thought it was a compliment.
Hi, I suppose it is.
I don't understand this language very well.
Twig's my name.
Twig.
Hello.
That's a great name. I love
Thank
it.
you very much.
My name's Rowan.
Ron.
Rowan, yeah.
Ron.
Right, your accent is confusing my accent.
I'll call you Ron.
All right.
And your name?
Maverick.
Maverick. That's a nice name too.
Do you
Thank you.
play that thing?
That's right. I'm the bard here.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll be playing some music a little while
Oh, that's nice.
when it warms up a bit. Anyway,
The
when I'm not out fighting monsters and earning my ears.
You fight monsters?
Oh, for sure.
Inside chat. -4. That is 6.
Seems to be strong.
Whoa, that is pretty cool, I have to say.
Right.
That's epic. Wait,
Mhm.
no, that's the wrong word.
Epic.
Epic.
So you're here in Oran's home to fight.
No, not really.
Why'd you come here then?
Well,
Because
okay.
we were being chased by a bunch of dead things.
At this, she puts the loot down. What now?
Right, so I was walking, mist came in, and these things, they just stood up, started walking, all of them, all walking. I crouched down, but one kind of tripped over me, so I shot it in the face. But pretty scary business.
Aye, it is.
And then we had to just leave because there was a lot of them.
Where were you down at Darkwood?
I don't know where that is. Personally, hang on.
What's that?
Very strong accent.
Hang on, let me collect myself. I don't know where that is.
Darkwood? The ruins to the south, that's the only reason anyone would come here, surely.
I don't know where that is.
Okay.
I don't know where this is. Oh, I mean, I know it's Oren's home.
You don't know Oran's home?
No.
What about you, stranger?
Your accent is completely gone too.
No, it hasn't. So, what did you two come here for?
Well,
To
I
sleep.
passed out, so kind of needed a place to lie down a bit, you know?
Are you lost? Oh, that's marvellous.
Roll credit.
That is not very nice.
Two strangers end up here in Oran's home and you're lost.
I mean, it's not a thing to celebrate, I wouldn't think.
Okay.
But yeah, we are lost, yeah.
So you encountered the Walking Dead out there, did you?
Yeah. Right, I'm on my way. I was on my way to the Shroom Court. Do you know where it is?
No, lass.
Alright. No one knows the
Never heard
Shroom
of
Court.
You stop saying.
You're in the province of Smythe.
Smythe. How'd you spell that?
You know, S-M-Y-T-H-E, something like that. S-M-Y-T-H-E.
Oh, thanks.
And this is Oran's home.
It's a pretty nice place, I think. I mean, I've only seen like one
Where did you
building.
come down from? The Dales?
No.
The ground.
He came from the ground. I came from North Corps.
What do you mean you came from the ground?
It doesn't matter. It's a long story.
Well, I've got time. I'm not up for another hour. Seems to me you two lost. You need some friends.
Love, don't be pressured to talk about it, alright? He hasn't told me either, really.
That's
You two just met.
Yeah.
you in trouble or something?
Well, my wife is, and I gotta get back to her.
But how did you end up here?
I walked here.
You didn't, I carried you.
Right, I walked here and then he carried me here.
Where in the nine hells did you walk from?
No.
There's nothing.
I'll tell you, I came from North Copse.
From the north, from the Dales.
No. It's a place called North Copse.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Right, in Slender
knowledge of
Stream,
that.
in the Great Forest.
I don't know it, love.
Alright, well, that's where I'm from.
Alright, well,
Where are you from?
I'm from here, I'm from
Oh,
Arkansas.
you're
Came down
born here.
Yeah, if you ask questions, you get information, you see? That's how it works.
I gave you information.
It's interesting, you don't seem to want any, even though you're lost.
I do, but no one knows where the North Copse is. Or the Shroom Court.
Nah, don't know it.
See, I don't know where I am. Right, I'm from Fey, and this isn't Fey, this is the Prime.
That's right, yes.
So, I can't really get back there.
You're from the Feywild.
Yeah?
Okay. now we're talking. So you got lost from the Feywild. What did a wizard
I
send you
think
or
so.
something?
Right, that's the thing. Like, I was just walking, and I came here.
That is strange.
It is pretty strange.
I don't know whether I can have anything to help you there, love. You're a long, long way from home.
I
I
know.
don't think any amount of walking will get you back to the Fey.
How do I get back there then?
That's for someone cleverer than me to answer.
Alright. Thanks anyway.
What about you, stranger?
He's from the ground.
I was just out in the marshes. I can't remember where I came from.
Did you walk? What direction did you come to Oronsholm from?
South.
No, it was in the
North.
south. I don't know.
Which,
You came from the east. You approached Oronsholm from the east.
From the east.
But you were in marshes, you say?
Yeah.
Well, the only marshes are the marshes on the other side of the river.
Yeah, we crossed the river, I think.
You don't even know anything or where you are, do you?
no.
No.
Okay. Do you want to? Because you don't seem like you even want to know.
We do, but
We
like,
definitely want to
you
know.
know, I've asked already and no one knows. So I was going to wait for someone, as you said, more smarter than you. But if you have more information...
Well, no, you seem to want to know how to get to where you're going, but I don't know where that is.
Do you know what's up with those marshes then?
Well, if you were in marshes, then you were on the other side of the river. Then you're just near the entrance to Gormley.
I don't know what that means.
Did you see the mountain range to the south?
Yeah, I did actually.
On the other side of that mountain range is about the most dark and twisted portion of this whole continent.
Oh. Well, that's good we didn't choose to go that direction then.
Well, you see a lot of your type, adventuring looking people, come here for the game, the fair game.
I see, yeah. And what's in this Gormley place? I've never heard of it, you know.
Everything dark and evil in the world.
Everything.
Pretty much.
Alright, well, still clear of that place then.
So you don't know where you are until now.
Yeah.
So this is the closest outpost of good, let's call it that, to Gormley that you'll find. Apart from the other side, out here there's an outpost that moves around. I've heard of such a place.
What
On
do you mean?
stilts. A town on stilts.
How's it move around then?
Hundreds of miles away from here. That can get pretty close.
It's pretty wacky.
Aye, it is wacky, isn't it?
Maybe.
Imagine that up in sticks and moving
That is pretty strange.
Maybe a tiny bit goofy as well.
Shut up. Well, right. I don't know how to get home.
Do you need any help?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know whether you know how things work, but like if you need information, you can. Like I said, I pretty much live here if I'm not out.
So like someone in charge.
Sort of.
Sort of.
You need to want to go up to Oronsholm Castle for who's in charge.
Oh, alright.
Hmm.
Well, I don't really know what my next step would be. I need to find someone who knows about accidentally walking into the prime material plane. And I don't think that's easy to come by.
I don't think so, love. I think you're lost. I will say, you said you encountered some of the Walking Dead. Which direction were they headed?
They was headed
South. East.
They were
West.
north. They was headed north.
Did you cross an old bridge?
Yeah, Stonebridge.
Was the dead headed for the old bridge?
I don't.
Were they headed in that direction? God sakes, you two are tired.
I don't
This
think
is
so.
quite important.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, you went north to get across the bridge, right?
Yeah. No, they were headed the other way.
No.
I don't know.
Make notes.
What? They were all over the place.
You headed north to get away from them.
Okay.
They were heading in the same direction. as you.
Yes, they
Just
were.
ran ahead.
Yeah, they were.
headed-
They was
yeah,
headed.
yeah.
They were headed for the bridge.
Oh, I see. All right. This is quite important, actually. Like, somebody needs to know that.
Oh, all right.
Like, would you really want to be in a little village like this when all of those walk in?
I didn't know they were coming here.
Well, you didn't think if they might be coming here. You're thinking only of yourself and your lostness. You
Yeah.
can't just be thinking of yourself here. Everyone has to look after each other, you know.
Didn't
We
even know
technically
this place
didn't know what
existed.
this place was. We just followed this.
All right,
road.
but you've just been running from, as you say, a horde of the dead.
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to be told about this.
Well, we told you.
All right, well, I'm the local musician.
Oh, who do you think we should tell
I
them?
reckon you should head on up the hill to Oronsholm Castle.
All right, but
at some
like-
point.
Okay.
Alright.
Somebody will need to be told.
I reckon like they would walk in pretty slow.
Well, they don't walk slow, but they don't stop.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If they come, if a horde comes, there'll be nothing keeping that back.
Why are they even there?
Beyond me, lass. Beyond me. But you all want to go up the hill and speak to old Greeley. He's the
Okay.
court advisor up there.
All right.
You'd want to let him know. There may even be some of that gold in it for you. If you're looking for coin,
All right. That might
let
be
him know
helpful.
of
I mean, I do want to protect this settlement. Like, it would not be good for those things. They were pretty disgusting, to be honest.
yeah, right.
They
right.
should not be here. We will do that.
You
Thank
want
you very
some
much.
immediate coin? I reckon you'll get a silver or two for telling old Greeley about it.
All right. Do you think there's time to sleep, to rest?
Well, you can't do it now. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying. I'd head up there.
All right. Well, thanks for your advice.
Well, I'm sticking around. I'm up in a minute. If you
Well,
want to ask me anything, I'm the musician and I'm also the gossip.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep that in
So if
mind.
you want to know anything about where you actually are, little lost people that
Do you have
you're
a
at-
map?
I don't, but I could draw one for you, I guess.
That would be very good. I mean, I don't want to take you from your performance. Don't know when you're going
No,
on.
it'd be fun. Hang on a second. Let me think. Hey, Ivar, give us that paper there. I want this. I need this for orders. Just give us a bit of paper and a hunk of that chalk you got there. So, you here, and she draws this in front of you. She says,
Alright.
you're here. This.
No.
This is Oronsholm.
All right.
Oronsholm Castle, a couple of miles up on the hill. And then, if you head further east from here, you got Neville Bywater.
Neville
Bywater.
Bywater. All right.
On the way to Neville Bywater, you'll
That's
want
just
to
three
visit.
random words.
You'll want to visit the shrine of Sir Oran.
Alright, Shrine of Sir Orin.
Yeah. So the further south we got Kentish Keep, which is like the last bastion before the evils and the stink of the south make it up here. And at the river directly south from Kentish Keep, you got Darkwood Ruins. Look, see, and while she's saying all this, she's scribbling it down for you. And she says, you see, looks a little something like this.
Aye!
You are here right now.
Right.
That's Neville Bywater.
Yeah.
That's the Shrine of Sir Orin.
Right.
Orin's Home Castle.
Got it.
Kentish Keep, Darkwood Ruins.
Right.
You just come from here, and she scribbles it.
Wow,
out.
that
You
was
just
a
come
long
from the
way.
bridge. So you were somewhere around here in the marshes. You headed up, got over the bridge, saw us, and headed across.
That's it.
So put a big cross here and say, we met here.
Met here. I don't know, my spelling's not
From there
okay.
to there, about 5 miles. 5 miles. Go on, do a little line on that finger.
Here?
Yep, all the way across. About 5 miles. Now you know your way around.
Oh, thanks.
Down here, don't go in there.
Don't go.
That's Gormley.
Got it.
Everyone that comes to Orin's Home is coming here for fame and fortune. No one comes here to set up family. Think about it. Why would you set up family 20 miles from the most evil place on earth?
That's a very good point. I would
Exactly.
not
What
put
in
my
wonder
family...
would make somebody want to come here? I'll tell you why people come here. Quick history lesson. See that ruins I drew?
That one?
Right, Darkwood Ruins.
Alright.
Basically, them folks up at Everdale, they pay rich reward for anyone who keeps back the evil that crosses at Darkwood Ruins.
Ah.
Spills
Alright.
across, you see. When it comes across here, it comes into civilized world. So we come here and try and keep it back. Dead things, wicked things, things what you can stab it, you can chop it, and it'll grow back. Horrible things.
That sounds horrible. That does sound. And what was this again?
Kentish Keep.
Is that just like that? I don't know if I'm spelling it right. Common's not my first tongue, alright? So, like,
I can tell. Kentish Keep.
I think I got it. This one?
Orin's Home Castle.
That's just the castle that we saw when coming over.
Right? That one? Oh, no, I know what that
Shrine of
is.
Sir Orin.
Yeah, and that? That's
Neville Bywater.
Neville. Wild. Alright, and finally, that one.
That's where you are right now.
Aye, that's Orangeville. Orange Zone.
Orin's Home.
That's it.
Orangeville.
Alright, well, thanks. Do you want me to give you something for this map?
I literally just scrolled it on a bit of paper for you.
Right, it looks a bit fancier here. Yeah, I got it, yes.
That's alright. You can keep it. But I tell you what, it's a big enough bit of paper that if you encounter stuff, you can note where you encountered
That
it
is a
from.
good point, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it's coin that you're lacking,
Yes.
you ended up in the right place.
Hey!
You are lacking.
Oh, you really are lacking coin.
Twig, you're up. Alright, I got it. Listen, I'm up. I got to play.
Hey, good luck.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too,
Alright,
Twig.
Might meet you on the road.
I like your name.
Thanks for the map.
You're welcome. Alright, Twig gets up and starts to play. Are you two kind of gagging for a long rest?
Yes.
Please.
Okay. We don't want to do any more chat, investigation, or learning.
We might do that tomorrow morning, but
Okay. In which case, you eat a hearty meal. You listen to some drunkard lute playing that extends for the next hour or two, and then the pair of you withdraw with the music going ever distant. You withdraw to your in room to get some much needed rest, recuperation.
trance.
You trance out. You fall into the bed and just become still. Very, very
Just die.
still.
You don't breathe.
It is during this rest. It's during this rest. Do you remember battle? Or is it the music below? You dream, maybe envisage a great battle from long ago. Are you remembering, or are you imagining a story you once heard from ages past? You're not sure. But your rest is filled with the sounds of battle. And a voice comes to you. Sad, melancholy. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. And it sings. It sounds like a badly tuned violin. Don't leave me. I will give you life. I will give you powers. Yours to use. And the sounds of battle mix and turn into the sounds of cheering. And you're aware of, is it sounds of the barroom below or some memory? You're not sure. With that, the two of you rise. You only need rest for 4 hours, but the two of you rest for far, far longer. And some 10 hours later, a cockerel somewhere out in the yard of one of the dwellings of this small village wakens you both. It is a new day. It is a new day here in Orensholm. In fact, it is the 22nd of Melt.
Melt.
The day is yours.
It's when I wake up from my trance that I try and change my season. I want to change to winter, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Right. And what do you make of that?
That is quite strange.
That is strange.
Oh, I'm sure I can do it next time. Just give it a second. Been through a lot. Good morning, Maverick.
Good morning. We slept a long time.
We did. I mean, I was really tired. Are you alright? You doing okay this morning?
Yes, I'm
You
fine.
get a long rest, so your hit points are restored.
Hell yeah.
Your exhaustion is lifted.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Welcome to a brand new day in Orensholm. What would you like to do?
Alright, first things first, I think we need to get some stuff.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, we don't have a lot of gold, but, we'll see what we can get. I think maybe some on-the-go food would be helpful if we're going to be leaving this place. We also need to go speak to that guy in the keep, or wherever it is, called Old Geely. Yeah. So, I think that's our plan for today.
Yeah, that sounds
If you don't have other personal things you gotta get on with, in which case I understand. But you know, be nice.
I've got no personal things.
All right. Right. We'll go down to the
Okay, you go down to the saloon bar,
Yep.
where people are tucking into a mid-morning brunch. Do you want some of that?
Yes.
Yes, please.
A silver then.
Okay.
You get breakfast on the room. It is a hearty breakfast of warm bread, cheese, various things. Which I don't speak of. It is a new
Done.
staff on shift as well.
Okay.
So you're served it by, various other serving lads. The bar is not as busy, certainly not by a long shot. It's only about a quarter full. And in the same corner that you saw them collapse in last night, a great burly fighter-looking character sits and snores in front of the dying embers of the fire. A couple of serving boys are trying to get around him to re-stoke the fire, add some wood to it. He snores loudly through your breakfast.
That's the guy who kind of bumped into me yesterday.
It's kind of rude.
Honest, but
You should go teach him a lesson.
No, it's all right. It must be an accident. But yeah, get you my breakfast. Dang.
That's going to be nice, Halloween.
All right. Well, should we go look for some cool shops?
We're buying food, aren't we?
Yeah.
You notice that as you eat the food, you have no hunger. You noticed it last night as you dug into the stew and again, this place seems to pride itself on its bread. And as good as it smelt, it did not create any pangs of hunger in you. And you find that as you eat, it almost feels meaningless you to eat. You go through with it, and you swallow the food, but within you, there is no sustenance garnered from it. Give me a perception check, please, now, with your new actual modifiers.
13.
13. As with everybody else, when they talk and when they sit there, you can normally see their chest moving. Your new friend does not breathe.
It's all right. It's all right. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay,
the day's yours. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to go out into the town.
I've got no money.
I've got 7 gold. I'm gonna look around. Gonna try and find some places where we can get rations, maybe some better equipment.
Okay. You see, obviously you're in Darkwood Inn. A little, as you come out of the door of Darkwood Inn through the saloon doors, to your right, up the street, there is a slightly better decorated 2-story stone building, and on the wooden sign that hangs outside it, it says Aurora's Outpost.
Okay.
Across the road there is the Smith, Gunther's Iron.
Mm-hmm.
And next to the Smith is a trader with a sign outside that says the Troll's Tooth.
Okay. I will go to the Troll's Tooth.
Okay.
Me too.
Right, as you head over to the Troll's Tooth, you notice in the windows, the small windows, thick glass. On the other side there are bottles and bottles and bottles. And as you get closer to it, it looks like the Troll's Tooth is some kind of tincture, a salve, balm, potion shop. Would you like to go in?
Yes.
Okay. You head into the Troll's Tooth, into this small, very low-ceilinged stone building with shelves left and right packed with glass bottles, small jars sealed over with wax. There is a musty, chemically smell in the air, and a fire burns, although its ashes have not been cleaned out in a while, so there is a sootiness in the air. And at the counter, sitting on the counter, is a small, gnomish looking figure, sitting cross-legged, currently melting some wax onto the top of a jar.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello, what kind of things do you sell here? I assume it's potions. Do you sell healing potions?
That's right, love. Healing potions, yeah, like.
Are you alright? Wait, I wouldn't leave that there. Are you alright?
I'm okay, yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Great.
Alright, well, healing potions, do you have any of them?
Yeah, I've got healing potions.
Why is he speaking like that?
I'm a she!
What?
You insensitive bitch!
Wow, alright, I'm sorry. My bad, you're right. Why is she speaking like that?
She's copying your weird accent.
Oh, alright, that's pretty cool. Healing potions.
Healing potions, yes.
You have them?
Yeah. Got a couple here, actually. Got this one here.
Alright.
And this one here.
What is the difference?
What do you mean, what's the difference?
Between them.
This one's strong, will heal more of your wounds. This one's less strong, will heal less of your wounds.
Alright, and how much is it?
250.
200 what?
Gold, you nincompoop.
I
I think we're in the wrong shop.
Well, fuck off then.
Excuse you.
Go on.
People here are so mean.
Go on. Come back when you got some gold.
Bye.
Piss off.
Come back when
Thanks,
you're nicer.
anyway. Thanks.
Okay, slam the door shut.
Jesus Christ.
7 gold gonna get you a healing potion.
Piss off.
Oh. Alright.
We should
I'm
roll
not
for
used to this kind of place. These kind of alright, okay. Go to
Aurora's outpost?
yeah.
Okay, you cross the road to Aurora's outpost.
He's so mean to me.
You walk into a very cosy little all-purpose store. Aurora's outpost seems to be a franchise.
Not a chain business.
Yeah, chain. Yeah, totally a chain. And as you walk in, there is a busy human woman who identifies herself to you as Saurine, who manages this outpost.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, we'll just have a look around.
Okay.
What are they selling here?
Are you asking me that?
I'm asking someone else.
Okay, so you look around. This is a kind of a general goods store, adventuring gear, that kind of thing.
Alright, that's great. That's what we
Bellathor.
need. Bellathor.
Everything's for sale, everything.
Oh my god.
If I had a sister?
I'll sell her in a second.
Okay. Alright, well.
Trafficking.
Good to know you care about your family. I would like. Do you have like rations?
Yes, of course I have rations.
That's
yes.
great.
I do them in singular or 10-day packs.
How much is a 10-day pack?
10-day pack will set you back a gold.
Alright, that's good. I'll take. Do you need to eat me? Alright, okay.
I'm not
I
hungry.
didn't want to be rude,
And
but I
want-
saw that you don't really breathe. And
Just
that's
buy yourself
completely
food.
fine.
Shush. Buy yourself food.
All right. One of them, please.
A 10-day pack?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You've got a 10-day pack of rations for a gold. It takes you a weird gold. Is there anything else that you want?
What else do they have here?
What do you want?
The shelves. Can I look around the shelves?
Yes, an assortment of adventuring gear and regular goods.
All right.
Make a perception check.
That is 17.
17. Okay, well you see a lot of rope, caltrops, grappling hooks, grappling irons. You see a lot of torches, batches of torches. You see pitch, small jars you can get to big tins of pitch, which is like a black tar-like stuff for putting on torches. You see lots of firelighters, flints and steels, stuff like that.
Alright, so here's a
Let's buy a
deal.
grappling hook. I'm joking.
Do you want one?
No, I don't.
Here's a deal. I can see in the dark. Can you?
No.
Alright.
It's not the only reason you'd want a torch, my dear.
To set stuff on fire, you mean?
Well, of course.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Do you
Alright.
know the kind of things you might like to set on fire? You're here for the ears, yes? You're here to earn your fortune, become famous adventurers, that kind of thing? Why else would anybody come to Aurora's?
If I say yes, will you get? Yeah.
You know, when we're famous, we'll invest in this business. Actually, no, the chain.
Yeah, no, we won't. But anyway, yes.
Well, if you're heading down to Darkwood, good luck. But actually, there's a good chance you might run into a troll.
Troll.
They don't go down without fire or
Right.
acid.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
you
luckily, we've
wouldn't know.
already got fire.
Where?
Do you?
On your
Like-
sword?
Yeah.
Does that,
I don't
does
know
that
how
work
it can.
like fire?
Yeah.
Does it
It
do
does fire damage.
Oh,
Right.
alright, great then. Well, I might take a torch then.
Okay, batches of 10,
Oh, how much is it?
and you'll need some pitch so they stay alight.
How much is
Can
the
we
battery?
get two travelling packs?
What's in the travelling pack?
Yeah, of course, I can throw those in. She grabs 2 packs, like
Oh,
shoulder that go
right,
over,
right,
slings,
right.
sling packs.
Yeah.
Let's just buy adventurers packs, which comes with bedroll, rope, that sort of stuff.
Adventurous pack.
How much is it first of all?
I
I'm
don't
paying you. How
We'll
much
make
is
back
it?
our money if we.
You want 2 of them? With some torches as well?
Mm-hmm.
2 gold, a lot.
Alright.
Alright, that's good. Let's go
Alright.
with that.
You've got 2 adventurous packs. Bedroll, tinderbox.
Right, nice.
Add it to your inventory. Look it up so you know if you get an adventurous pack. And you have between you 10 torches with the appropriate amount of pitch, which means it will stay lit even in light rain. Last night's rain would probably put them out, but
right.
like you know what I mean. It's good. All right.
Yeah. Alright, thanks, Aurora.
Very welcome. I'm not a.
Really? But you know, it says it on the shop.
I'm not Aurora.
It says it on the shop.
Aurora comes from down south
Why is this shop called it then?
because Aurora started Aurora's Wondrous Wares.
It started here. That's pretty good.
Yes.
Nice.
I bought one of the franchises, set it up here.
Franchises.
Yes. So what it means is that we get to trade on her name, but without her actually being here. So it's sort of called brand awareness. People love Aurora's Wondrous Wares down to the south. She was big, and so I was
Alright.
like,
That's
I'd
cool.
like that as well. So I sort of had some, and I said I'll call my shop after yours, so you get some fame, and then people. You see, that's how it works.
I see,
I just
yeah.
have to pay her every year.
Oh.
Yeah. She's got outposts everywhere. Aurora's outposts.
Well, as long as you're happy, that's alright.
Yeah.
Are you happy? Oh, that's alright. It's okay, don't worry. Thanks
Getting
anyway.
deep, oh my God.
I still don't get what franchise is. In Faye,
You're
it's just
stupid.
like the shop down there, or you go get it from like Jerry next door, you know? Like.
Right, what you doing? Where you going?
Jerry.
Right, you know, we are going How far is the like castle thing from here?
Where's your map?
Oh yeah.
About 5 miles. About 5 miles.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
About 5 miles.
About 5 miles.
Okay, about an hour and a bit.
Alright.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you head south out of Orensheim and up into the foothills, capped by this great castle. Okay, as you leave the bustling village, walking past all manner of being, some rather exotic looking, others lots of humans to your eyes, but you also see lots of others. You bump into, you get given all right to Twig as you're leaving the village. As she's
Alright,
walking
Twig.
across you. All right, my love. So you're going up to the castle.
Yeah, we are.
Hope
Thanks
you get something
for
for
your
your
help.
news. Well done. And you head out of Orensheim and up towards the keep. So as you walk up into the hills ambience.
What does a hill sound like?
What does it sound like?
I'll tell you exactly what they sound like. You ready? They sound like this.
Wow.
So as you walk up through the coarse grasslands up towards the castle, you look back down on this strange, warm little village that you've just come from, and ahead as you walk up into the hills, into view, off in the southernmost distance comes this overbearing, wicked-looking mountain range, like a jagged crown of evil on the horizon. But standing defiantly before it and closer to you, the castle bears up on your field of vision. And as you walk towards it, you notice that this stone castle, made of the same kind of stone that the surrounding village buildings were made of. Again, it is modest without being flamboyant a castle. You know Nunny Castle that we went to? A
Yeah.
little bit like Nunny Castle if that were bigger. If you just went, well, make it bigger. So it has round towers in each of the 4 corners. There is a gatehouse with a wall surrounding that main keep house within it. And as you get closer, you're walking along a pretty well-worn route from the village to the castle, where it's not a stone route or anything like that, but there is definitely the wagon tracks, the depressions, the twin depressions from decades and decades of wagon rides doing this journey. And so it is a well-worn thoroughfare all the way up to the castle. And as you get closer, you notice 2 guards standing outside the double doors entering to the inner courtyard area. As you get closer, one of them's just talking to the other, just like, yeah, and then they notice you come in.
Hello there.
Alright,
Hello. Alright, so
what's this then?
here's the deal. We bring news from the like marshland beyond the bridge. Because we saw these walking dead thingies and we thought we should probably tell someone up here.
Give me an persuasion check. They're looking at you while she's talking.
8.
Piss off.
What? Sorry?
So anyway, right, so I said to them, you can't get in there.
What
And
do
they
you
said,
mean?
well, I can if we do this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, no way, what do they do back?
You need to
What
do
is
they
going
do
on?
back?
stop being so
I
bad at talking to people.
just told them what we were
I
here
told
for.
her, if you come up here without ale again, there's going to be trouble, you see. You didn't. You can't speak to her. Why would you do
This
this?
is how the masters do it.
Why
Go on
would you do that? It's not what happens. Yeah, I know,
Hey,
but-
excuse me. We bring news from over the bridge about undead marching this way. hordes of them marching in the direction of the town and the castle, and we fear that the citizens' lives may be in danger if they reach this area.
Persuasion check.
Okay, 11.
Wait here. Neil, keep an eye on him.
I'm not used to people here. Like, in the fair, you'd be like, alright, hello. And then even if you didn't want to talk to them, then you'd be like, alright, goodbye, thanks.
The fae isn't the polite wild.
In my village.
It's the polite one. Hello, how do you say?
In my town.
May I kill you? Yes, you may.
That's not what I'm talking about, DM. In my town, everyone's nice.
Alright, one of these guards disappears through the doors and is gone for several minutes while Neil uncomfortably watches you.
Hello. Your name's Neil, right? I gotta say.
Oh, you're a chatty one, are you? Shut up.
Anyway, your armor's really cool.
Give me a persuasion check, mate.
14.
No, thanks.
No problem.
You do best just to wait quietly, alright? We get a lot of people wanting to come up here, see the Duke and all that. Just shh and wait.
Alright, mate.
Okay, roll a d20 for me. One of you.
14.
Okay. Little while goes past, and the other guy comes back out. Okay. Tell me more about what happened, what you saw.
Right, okay. Ready for it?
Hang on. You've had your turn. You.
We saw countless undead abominations through the mist, and they were all walking in the same direction, heading for the heading north. I think
For the bridge?
Yes.
What were you doing over the bridge?
Trying to make some money.
Why the hell would you go there?
Trying to make some money.
How did that work out for you?
Well, we had to turn back to go report what we saw after we... So, not very well.
Are you deceiving now?
Yes.
Right, give me a deception check then.
Luckily, I'm great. 14.
Okay. Well, that's stupid to go over that bridge. No one goes over that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's old battles there. There's the undead are swarming around here.
Yeah, we can tell.
Alright. Well, you'll have to... I can just report what you've told me. I'll get it through. I'll tell them. Thanks very much for coming
Insight
up
check.
and doing your civilian duty and telling us. I'll pass it on.
Insight check.
Go on then.
I'd like to insight as well.
8.
Seems pretty straight up. He's going to pass it on.
25.
25?
Yes.
What did you roll?
19.
Jesus. You get the sense that he sees how he might be able to profit from passing this information on himself. So thank you very much. You don't know that.
Alright, thanks, mate.
Are you just trying to profit from passing this information on yourself?
What if I am? You just told me everything, didn't you?
How do you know I told you everything?
Oh.
Because you just freely spilt your guts, mate.
He didn't tell you everything.
Oh,
Roll a d20 to see whether you help him or not. 10 or more.
Natural 20.
Alright. Irritating, but okay.
Right, mate.
Well, tell me more and I'll make sure it gets passed on.
Hang on, we want to speak to. Oh. What's his name? Wait. We want to. What did Twiggy say? We want to speak to. Oh.
You're a cockney, you're not an arsehole.
I forgot a name. I want to speak to old Greeley.
Old Greeley.
I don't know. That's what Twiggy said. Old Greeley.
I will take this to him.
Hang on.
I will take this to his lordship's chief advisor.
Old Greeley.
I wouldn't call him Old Greeley.
I'm just checking that you're taking it to the right person.
We know the right person. We'll take it. Anything else you want to tell us about
All
it?
right.
We'll pass it on.
You know what? No.
No.
You're kind of a bad guard.
Alright then, well, you got a 5-mile walk back home then, didn't you? Thanks for coming up. We'll pass it on.
I don't like this fella.
Your insight still stands for what you read.
Alright. Goodbye, loser. We're going back to town now.
Goodbye, loser.
You try and intimidate him to get
Yeah,
the proof
what?
you want.
It's
How about
not
we-
worth it.
Let's try again. Alright, mate. You need to let us in the castle right now. This is urgent business.
Intimidation
People
check.
coming up here to kill everyone in the town.
Alright, intimidation check.
Help
Do you want to
me.
try and help?
No, I don't
Why
know.
not?
Be a part. Okay, fine.
You've got no money, that's why. No skin.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
Okay, you get helped advantage to intimidate.
21.
Right. How
So-
do you choose to intimidate?
I'll stand up really tall. Alright. Mate, you've got to let us in. Like, the people, like, we know all the business going on, and you've got to let us in in there. Because the people are they're gonna ransack the town, alright? And it will be on you. Because you won't have all the details.
The
Alright.
Do you want
the
it to be
fact
on
that there's
you?
no more
Alright.
details is stupid.
Alright. You come in here, you have to wait a little bit, alright?
Alright. That's
I'll
fine.
take you in. All the Stick with me is sharp.
I hope he's not there when we tell
Okay. So it's mid-morning, or it's late morning now, heading towards, it's probably just past the midday, as you are taken in to the courtyard of Oronsholm Castle. On the inside, in this inner courtyard, there is its own sort of internal marketplace with various livestock being traded, cattle feed, different kind of stuff like that, trinkets, odds and ends being traded.
That sort of thing.
As you are led across
Fresh fish.
as you are led across this open courtyard into the main castle itself, the main keep itself. As you're led inside, bear me a second, castle interior.
What did you announce?
Castle interior.
It's dark already. Jeez.
Isn't it?
It's dark outside.
Oh, okay.
It's only 4:30. O'clock.
How long? When did we stop?
1:45.
I see.
Horses here and there pull logs across, and you see servants and workers cutting the wood into logs for the no doubt the fires that heat the castle. You are led through 2 large double doors into a short corridor with rooms off to the left and the right, open arches leading through into these rooms, one for feasting, one for meetings and dignitary arrival rooms and stuff like that. Again, everything about it says humility but sturdiness. Everything about it says let's spend the money on protection rather than ornation, right? And there are sconces up on the walls filled with pitch and burning, such that there's that slight oily smell in the air, but it is warm, it is slightly musty, and this short corridor leads through to another set of double doors. You're led up to it, and the guard bids you wait until you are summoned into the main chamber. The guard goes through, and some 20-30 minutes passes before a thin, wiry man, the guard walks past you with a bit of a sneer, and a thin, wiry man comes through and goes, yeah, travellers from Oren's home?
Yep, indeed.
News about walking?
Yeah, that's right.
News about walking.
There's something funny about that? The walkers, the dead. You've got something to say about that, yes?
Yeah, so,
Yes.
right, we were
Not to me. I've just come to get you.
Oh, alright.
Have you ever been in the presence of honoured, the royalty?
Can't say I have.
Well,
I can't remember.
you're about to be in the presence of a lord.
Alright.
So watch your manners. If you've got any little bow, little curtsy, those kind of things. You're in the court of a great lord. Come then, come.
Alright.
Alright, the
I bow, you curtsy.
one of the double doors opens fully enough that you're both able to walk through into a large audience chamber. Tiled black and white floor, huge fireplace similar to the one at the Bennett Centre, right? Roaring fire in it. By the fire, a couple of lurcher dogs lie there with their scraggly coarse fur, throwing bones and stuff to chew on. And here and there within this audience chamber stand bunches of nobles talking with each other. A few of them here and there are trading and talking. So there's enough stuff going on. And as you look into this main audience chamber, there is a step up to a raised dais area, whereupon there are 3 chairs, all made of large ornate wood, and within them are 2 figures seated and 1 standing. Like I said, I'd say there's about a dozen groups of nobles, merchants, discussing, handing money over, talking in hushed tones to each other. And as you walk in, some of them stop to give you slight glances and then go back to their business. There is conversation going on in this audience chamber. Vast high ceilings with massive timbers. Again, large chandelier hangs from it, not overly opulent, made of perhaps brass or something like that, with countless scores of candles within it burning brightly, giving that thick waxy warmth to the room. Combined with the fire and the dogs, the one is of a kind of a homely castle charm. These kind of wooden thrones, these large chairs, are highly sculpted, highly ornate woodwork within them. Let's talk about the figures that are seated. On the right hand side is a simple, rather dull looking woman with a floor length gown, which is brocaded and relatively ornate, but not overly so. She wears a, I don't know what you call it, but like a material crown.
Yeah.
Like the old medieval sort of that goes back,
Yeah.
that's tied up. What do you call those?
Don't know.
Headdress.
Yeah.
Such that you can't see much of her hair. There is a few strands of light brown hair coming out. An unmade up face, young, human, female, sits there bored, one hand like this, now and then looking at her nails. And as you approach, you get to within about 20 feet of the dais. The conversation that's already going on between the standing figure and the other people who have audience is coming to an end. In the other chair, to the other side of the standing figure, is an old man, must be in his 80s, male, human. He wears tattered, dark brown robes. Here and there you can still see the well-worn gold stitching of moons and stars several inches apart. And his hair has thinned on top and is bunched at the sides slightly, and a slightly scraggly white beard adorns his face. He is just done addressing the other people who have audience ahead of you, and the great sense you get from the face is tired and cynical look about him. Standing in some quite stark contrast to the two seated figures is a barely out of his teens, thin, lean, let me describe him, a thin weaselly man with a short mop of slightly auburn hair. He stands there with a silver shirt on, smoking a long cigarillo. It's a cigarette holder with a long brown cigarette in it, and he smokes it, standing foppishly, large sword at his belt, tight leather trousers, and a slightly off-centred crown upon his head that he fingers uncomfortably in between puffs, nervous puffs on the cigarette. Very well, very well. God, be off with you. We'll send the gold. Who have we next?
Hello. I'll bow.
Hello. Quaint.
My name's Rowan.
Before he says anything else, the old man goes, His Lordship, Kentish Smythe II. Whom will he be addressing?
My name's Rowan. Amanita.
Rowan Amanita, your lordship, and
Maverick Maximilian.
Maverick Maximilian. Maximilian. Well, that's an old name I've not heard for a while. Maverick Maximilian. Rowan Amanita, your lordship. Thank you, really, thank you. So, you have some minute or two of my time while you're here. Something about the walkers?
Yeah. So the walkers. Well, we was in the field place with them. It was all muddy and rainy, right? And they're walking towards the big bridge thingy, and we were like, we should probably tell someone because they're coming towards.
Does anybody know what language?
We was like.
Is this common? Do you? Sorry to stop you, dear. You're obviously of elven heritage. I'm not sure your command of common is good enough for me to understand a faintest word you're saying. And all the courtiers are.
I'll laugh as well.
I know. Yes. Can you speak?
Why do they always ask you,
Yes,
mate?
Do you speak common?
Of course I can. I will
Right.
speak instead of her.
So there were walkers.
We bring news that the walkers might be approaching the town and the castle because last we saw, they were heading north towards the bridge.
But I heard that you were the other side of the river.
Yes, we were.
In the marshes.
That's how we saw them.
To the east of here. But the walkers are never seen there.
They were today, and they were all marching over here.
Today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
So, I mean, they're probably closer by now. They're probably closer by now.
Yes, probably closer. That's very good, very good. It's very good. So what do you have any proof of this?
I
don't know, a body part or
one of
something?
them. One of them.
I don't know. I mean, like, did you get hit? Do you have a wound?
Yes, one of them almost took my arm.
Oh my god, what is that? How are you okay? How are you okay? Oh my god. What is that? We must get you help, man.
Right, so as you can see...
She faints. Man, what have you done? How are you okay with that? Step back, it might be infected. Step back.
So...
What? Are you okay? You have to explain things. One of them stripped the very skin from your arm.
Right, they bite, you know. They bite a lot.
What are you trying to do by showing them that?
Proof.
Persuasion.
Okay, there's a really good chance that they think that you might have caught something. So I'm going to say, roll what you're trying to show it as proof that you saw.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, depending on your roll, there's a really good chance that they think other things as well.
Alright.
They took my arm.
Go ahead.
Persuasion.
You want? No.
11.
Okay, that may very well be proof, but I'm afraid we can't let you just walk around with an arm like that.
Oh, it's fine.
Sir Hampton, Sir Richard,
Don't cut it off.
take these two to the infirmary. Take them to the infirmary. Listen, you'll be well. Give me a general charisma check, please.
Can I do it?
12.
Run it.
Alright. 15. 17.
All right, look, thank you for delivering this news to us. You must go with my guardians, Sir Richard and Sir Hampton here. At that, these two brutish-looking thugs come up with piecemeal plate mail armour. You must go. They'll take you to the infirmary. We'll get you looked at. We'll see what we can do for you. Here. Tosses a leather pouch at you, I think. We'll just be like, there, thank you for the news. You get a leather pouch, it goes ching when it lands in your hand.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You must go to the infirmary.
Can I just take a peek real quick in it? What is
Yeah, sure, perception check, nice and quick, and we'll see.
Nice and quick.
You can't see it.
Nice and quick. 8.
You see the ching of gold.
We're rich.
I'm taking it.
No, I wasn't giving it to you.
Hey, I paid for everything.
At that, Sir Richard and Sir Hampton flank you both and go, come on, we'll get you looked at. Come with us.
Alright.
The infirmary, we're going over there, we're leaving, and they take you to there's an open spiral staircase on the left of the audience chamber that leads down.
Hang on, they're going to find out you don't breathe, mate.
Sir Richard leads, followed by who out of you two?
Me.
It's a single file spiral staircase.
Do you want to go or shall I? I mean, it doesn't matter. Me, I'll go first.
Okay, you go first, then you. So then behind you is Sir Hampton. As you go down the stairs, ching, 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 you go down a little while. So Richard comes off and leads you, and you're in a much darkened hallway now. And they walk you along. It's just down here. We'll get you looked at, get your arm looked at. We might have an ointment or something for it. Here you are. And he opens the door. to a relatively blank-looking room. There's a table, an open cupboard with some wooden plates and bowls, apples, that kind of thing. Just come in here, wait. We'll see if old Greedy can come down and see you. He might
Can
have
one of the
something.
apples?
What? Yeah, help yourself.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Ah.
The door shuts and you hear clink clink as it's locked.
Hang on! Hang on, I don't think it made a funny noise. That's good.
It's
Doesn't.
locked.
Hang on.
Why they look us in?
You can.
Mate, I'm not
teleport.
infected.
I've seen you do it before.
What?
She can only teleport somewhere where she can see.
I can look through a keyhole.
Sorry?
I can look through a keyhole.
So try.
I'm gonna check what's in the room.
There is a table with benches either side. Think the traditional Skyrim stone room, with something in it.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of hide on the floor for sleeping on when you can go and sleep. Like a cupboard.
Is there a window?
No.
Because we're underneath, aren't we? Alright,
We
that's
could
pretty
make a great
strange.
escape.
Well, I mean, we're trying to help.
They're not trying to help us. I think they're trying to,
Why would they just do that?
because they don't want it to spread, so they're gonna leave us down here until we die, and leave the infection down here with us.
I mean, alright.
And so, with the pair of you interned in this rather boring waiting area, locked in, having just had your first your first meeting with Lord Kentish Smythe II, with news of an encroaching horde, that's where we're going to leave it. For this day.
Hey. Oh, welcome to every Tenday we're done.
Welcome to every Tenday D&D for families and young adventurers. We can't wait to see you at episode 2.
Join the Discord server.
Come join us on the Discord. Let us know what you think. We love you very much. Bye for now. Bye.